Angels.
Beautiful day on this beach weekend as this series finale comes to you today from Angel Stadium, with the Halos looking for a sweep of their division rival, taking on the Seattle Mariners here this afternoon. And with all the kids coming in on this Little League Day, it's Logan O'Hoppe Youth Jersey Day here at the Big A. Alongside Mark Gubazon, Wayne Randazzo, and Gooby, we saw a fun game here last night. The Angels winning their second straight against Seattle and coming back after an early deficit.
Yeah, Wayne, these two games have been really, really good. Their rival here, Seattle, the Angels always have a tough game, and the offense has been really good. Even falling behind 4-0, you always felt they had a chance to get right back. A couple home runs. Joe Adell, Chris Taylor. Joe Adell's been really swinging the bat well.
Yeah, he certainly has. Joe Adell with a big game last night, carrying the Angels offense at times. 2 home runs, 3 RBIs in the game yesterday, and really it's been the last couple of weeks for Adell that things have turned around.
Yeah, Wayne, last 11 games, and he's hitting as good as anybody in all of baseball with 5 home runs. He's slugging over 880 during this stretch here with 9 RBIs, 382 batting average. So swinging the bat well, hitting fastballs, hitting breaking balls, using the entire field. Even when you go back to last night, which he had 2 home runs, which is then the 7th time in his career. He's done it 3rd time this season he's had a multi-home run game. He still goes back to his last swing, that RBI single to right, says he is on time. And when he's on time, he's hitting fastballs, and I'll see some fastballs against George Kirby today.
Yeah, he certainly will. We see the changes that Joe Adell has made going back to May 11th.
Oh, he had that toe tap early in the season where he didn't have really that good balance, and he didn't have a good load on the back leg, but now you've seen that leg lift and getting that foot down quickly. The load, the balance, and the contact point for him out in front. That's why he's hitting fastballs much, much better.
Well, Adell had a big part in the Angels' win last night. So did Chris Taylor. Last couple of games, we've seen Taylor start to emerge in an Angels uniform. Had his first home run as a Halo last night.
Yeah, Wayne, he can play so many different positions. He plays the game very, very well. He's got a tremendous baseball mind, and what he's done last 3 games, 5 for 10, 4 extra base hits, including a home run, his first home run as a Halo last night. But that double he had at Fenway Park where he had that good timing on there. Now you're seeing the guy that had so many big hits over the years with the Dodgers in big moment. I'm talking about postseason hits, so hopefully he keeps it rolling. He's always been a streaky hitter, so right now he's in one of those stretches where he's out in right field today, had a chance to do some damage swinging the bat.
Well, Chris Taylor hoping to continue that here today. Jorge Soler once again not in the lineup for the Angels as Tyler Anderson gets the start here today. This team trying to sweep the Mariners.
Yeah, and Wayne, you're looking for some length out of him too. He's throwing the ball very, very well. The bullpen has been used quite a bit, and he's the kind of guy, if he gets some quick outs with that cutter and changeup, and he's had success against Seattle. He pitched for Seattle at one point in his career. Just get some chases with his changeup. 41% chase rate whiff percentage on his changeup this season.
He's been really good here at Angel Stadium too, so he'll hope to continue that here today as the Halos try to sweep their division rival. How sweep it would be on this Sunday afternoon against Seattle.
Kansas City's hot.
They are relentless.
And Bobby Witt Jr. is piping hot.
One big swing from the Royal superstar.
The greatest player on earth right now.
You become like a massive, massive force.
Salute indeed to El Capitan.
You have to work more. You have to sacrifice yourself more.
That's the type of baseball that wins come postseason.
Just the team that we have, just doing things one pitch at a time, one inning at a time. It's just so much fun.
We do not talk about this superstar enough, and that's Rafael Devers.
6 straight game with a home run.
Jarren Duran is an extra base machine.
I've just always been like that guy that keeps his head down and works hard.
Swing and a miss.
Crochet's got that kind of electric stuff.
This green monster is tailor-made for Alex Bregman's swing. Great fit for Bregman, great fit for the Red Sox.
This was the piece that they really needed.
The guy's a winner. He's got all the talent.
The Red Sox are a much better team this year than they were last year.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
We're able to use our platform and let these kids know that dreams are reachable.
It's very important to leave something behind to show our gratitude.
Stand up to cancer.
We are attacking your offices.
Together.
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 You by Hyundai. With a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. By the OC Healthcare Agency, navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. And by Jack in the Box, get so much more in the new T-Pain Munchie Meal. Logan O'Hoppe Youth Jersey giveaway. The kids very well orchestrated there to turn around at the right time for the camera.
That's how it rolls.
You can watch Logan O'Hoppe and the Angels on FanDuel Sports Network today, or Fox 11 Plus with our over-the-air simulcast this afternoon. Just get more of Gooby. I think that's why we did this.
It's going to be a lot of fun, especially the way this club has been playing of late. Back-to-back series wins, going for a sweep today against Seattle.
It's got to ride your popularity and fame. That's what I've learned here over the last few years.
Or lack thereof.
It's Tyler Anderson on the mound, and the Angels hoping to ride his left arm to a series sweep today.
Yeah, and he's thrown the ball exceptionally well all season long. ERA 3.86 for Tyler Anderson, 2-2, and the team has won 9 of 12 starts. My go-tos for him to continue the stretch and get deep in this game and pick up that W against Seattle today is keep that fastball tight on the hands, get some soft, easy outs with that, but get off balance chases on his changeup. 31 punch outs with a whiff percentage just under 41% on his changeup this season.
Beautiful day at the ballpark today as we show you the Mariners lineup without Cal Raleigh. He's played every single game, so we might see him at some point. Julio Rodriguez is back in there today after taking that bouncer off the foot when Randy Arozarena was trying to push one through the left side. X-rays were negative on Rodriguez, so he is able to play today, batting in the number 2 spot. Mitch Garver is the one catching for the Mariners this afternoon. I'm sure we'll see Raleigh at some point, though, if Dan Wilson feels like they need a big blast at some point later in the game. So keep an eye out for Raleigh here this afternoon. J.P. Crawford will lead it off against Tyler Anderson. On this beach weekend, the City Connects have proven to be winners. And the first pitch, ball 1 from Anderson, as the Angels have won the first 2 games of this series.
5 at bats yesterday, swung at the first pitch, 3 of the 5. Takes that one right a little bit off the outside corner.
That one on the inside corner for a strike. So that's how it begins here for Tyler Anderson today. 2-time All-Star. He was the Angels All-Star representative last year. It's Crawford to bounce one foul. A shorter start for Anderson his last time, 4 1/3 innings against the Red Sox. Maybe there was some, I don't know if there was some sign stealing or just some kind of ways for the first base coach of the Red Sox to signal to the batters what he thought might be headed his way. It's kind of part of the gamesmanship of what goes on out there. I mean, it's not unusual for that sort of thing to happen.
Especially for the players, especially guys at second base, they do that quite a bit. When the coaches get involved, it's a little bit different story. But hopefully today for Tyler Anderson, he gets everything working.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Crawford. Saw really John Boy had a big breakdown of that whole situation. 3-2 now on Crawford.
He's been really good at home this season. ERA 2.34, but it's not unusual to see maybe Crawford seeing a lot of pitches.
He'll walk a lot. High on base percentage for Crawford, 3-2, and he takes ball 4. So there is Crawford with a .400 on base percentage for the year, doing what he does best, getting on base to start a game.
And the Nissan defense behind Tyler Anderson today. In the outfield, you got Taylor Ward, Joe Adell in center. Chris Taylor back out in right field. Rengifo, Neto, Kingery at second base, Shonwell at first, and Logan O'Hoppe behind the plate. But you look at Chris Taylor, he's played this his 25th career game out in right field. 2 defensive runs saved in that position. He's played short, second, third, center, left, and right in his career.
Strike 1 at the top of the zone, the top of the zone to Julio Rodriguez. Feeling better today after getting hit pretty sharply on the ankle yesterday. It was a 98-mile-an-hour exit velocity for Randy Arozarena. With Rodriguez running on the pitch, he ran right into the ball.
And you would think you would see some cutters inside, because if he hits one off that foot again.
And the game really changed on a dime without Rodriguez's impact both defensively and offensively. Turned into a rough night for Leody Taveras. As Rodriguez whiffs on a changeup, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Taveras had a couple of misplays in center field, and then he left 5 men on base in back-to-back at bats over the course of the middle of the game. So Rodriguez was sorely missed.
You know his numbers against Tyler Anderson. That's why he said, I'm good enough to go. He's .545 against him.
It's the Angels well overall. He rolls this one back to the mound. Anderson fires a little bit high to second. Kingery making sure that he got the out, touching the bag there. So the Angels do get the lead runner. Crawford at second base, 1 away.
Yeah, at that point, you want to make sure you're on the bag if you're Kingery. And there's no more in that neighborhood play. Could be reviewed, so might have been off there. He sees off. He has got to go back and step on the base. No chance then at that point return a double play. You wonder how quickly Rodriguez would be able to run down the first base in there to prevent that 1-4-3 double play.
He might have had a chance at a double play with a perfect throw to Kingery. Kingery did the right thing as Rodriguez scampers back to first. Got to make sure you get that out at second base.
Yes,
which Kingery did.
So Julio Rodriguez doing some stuff out there in the outfield. There's some strength of going at resistance running.
Strike to Arozarena. Well, without Rodriguez in there yesterday, we saw how the Mariners lineup was impacted. Now they don't have Raleigh today. Mitch Garver is catching. He's behind Arozarena here. No balls and a strike. As Arozarena punches one toward the right field line, Taylor's going to have to chase it down as Rodriguez takes off. He's already nearing third. He's headed for the plate. He's going to score the first run of the game. So it's the Mariners up 1-0 as Randy Arozarena drives an RBI double.
That's his second hit for Arozarena in his career versus Tyler Anderson. Just 2 for 9. Just punch that ball to right field. And Julio Rodriguez easily able to come all the way around. You wonder if there's a double play turn. Obviously a different situation, but unable to do so. Run scores again. The Halos down in the first inning.
And the Angels had a chance there to get that double play ball. Anderson with a wide throw to second took the double play chance away. And Rodriguez scores very soon after. Now it's Garver taking ball one. Garver has not hit much as a Mariner after having a pretty successful year when the Rangers won the World Series in 2023. Has not carried that offense over to Seattle. Strike from Anderson. It's an interesting position for the Mariners in terms of their backup catcher. It almost feels like they could just stick anybody back there. Raleigh, who catches almost every game.
Every game.
1 ball 2 strikes on Garver, so the at-bats are certainly minimal. Well, Garver will get some time at DH. Polanco's been DHing a lot this year, so it's really taken the bat out of Garver's hands, and I'm sure it's tough for him to get rolling without the consistency. He's only had 96 at-bats so far this year.
The changeup upstairs. You want that changeup in those lower corners. Especially now, you threw it in the strike zone. You got a 1-2 count. You can get that changeup to fade it off the outside corner, but keep it down.
Broken bat and a foul to the left side from Garver. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nice catch by that fan. That's the perfect one. The floating broken bat fly ball. Nice souvenir for the kid. A good one to tell your friends about.
Yes.
Dad caught a foul ball at the Angels game.
Old school Angels hat he's got on there too.
Throw it back to the California Angels. It is just a beautiful day here. My weather word is gorgeous, but I'm sure I've used that already once this season. I try not to duplicate.
Well, you have the spectacular rock formation out in centers, but it is a spectacular day.
It really is. Well, maybe I could use that as my weather word instead. Throw to second base, and Arozarena back safely. This is the ideal day, I think, to sit at the ballpark. A weekend afternoon. Sunday at the stadium and watch a big league game. It's pretty great. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Garver. A lot of kids come. They have the Little League Day here. So there's a lot of little leaguers roaming the field before the game on these Sundays. They run the bases after.
Smiles on their faces when they get a chance. That's a big jump.
It sure was. And Garver with a fly ball to left sends Ward back. He's able to track it down shy of the warning track. Racing back to second base, Arozarena, as he gets in safely.
Look at our StatCast 3 powered by Google Cloud. The tunneling of the pitches for Tyler Anderson, how important it is to be able to maintain that same arm slot with his changeup, cutter, slider, curveball, sinker, and even four-seamer. He will drop down and throw his cutter, and his fastball from that arm angle, but most times the exact same arm slot to make every one of those pitches so effective. Yeah, he had a big jump on that, but for Garber, he's got to swing away. That was a strike.
Now with 2 outs, Arozarena still dancing around at second base as Dylan Moore stands in. Moore gets some playing time against lefties more than right-handers. Dylan Moore has really filled that role as a utility player for quite a while now with Seattle. He's been there a number of years. Got to the majors in 2019. He's kind of their version of Chris Taylor. He can play all over the infield and outfield.
And both of those guys have played just about every position outside of catching and pitching.
2 balls and no strikes. He hasn't been as good with the bat throughout his career in the way that Taylor has, but still a capable hitter. He's hitting .250 this year, and his OPS is around .760 for the year. He's hit 8 home runs. So,
and he could run too. He could steal some bases. Although he's been caught 4 times this season. He's got 8 bags.
Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Yeah, the Mariners let Chris Taylor go. He developed into a very good utility player at Swiss Army knife at the Dodgers, and then they said, man, maybe we should have one of those guys. So there's Dylan Moore. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning with Arozarena at second. Moore turns on one, hits it foul. It's going to turn into a long inning here. This will be a 25 pitch inning at least for Tyler Anderson on a day where the Angels would like to avoid going to their bullpen early on.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want to see Tyler Anderson get into that 7th inning today. But again, you mentioned that pitch count. This will be number 25 already.
And at least 26 now as Moore dumps another one foul. Another catch by a fan.
Everyone's ready to make the plays today.
Oh, I love a good defensive crowd. Look at this guy who's standing there in front of the club downstairs, and he was able to snag one. Good spot. Checking the webbing right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Moore. It's ball 3 from Anderson, who skipped up after his follow through. Polanco would bat next. Tyler Anderson hoping this inning ends with Dylan Moore, who does swing and miss quite a bit. Got a piece of that and fouled it off.
That's a pretty good little cutter there too. He tried to backdoor it. And when you look at sequences, you feel if a hitter is going after that cutter backdoor, and you can think you can start that changeup, that plane, and have it a little bit off the outside corner and get that swing and miss you're talking about.
Long at bat here with Moore in a long inning for Tyler Anderson. There's another foul. So Moore continuing to waste pitches here and run up that pitch count for Tyler Anderson. The run is in. This is only the 5th batter of the inning, so we're talking about close to 6 pitches per plate appearance here in the first. 3-2. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Finally, the inning ends. Only 1 run for Seattle as they take the early lead.
Man, these seats. Right? I wonder how the other guys are doing.
I spent hours finding a deal on these.
Trash. They should have used Game Time.
The easiest way to find only the best deals for the best seats with their Game Time picks.
What time is it?
Game Time.
San Diego's a dangerous team.
Man, they have enough talent to run the table.
Every game here is like a party.
Fans are also playing a part. They're affecting the game.
Fernando Tatis Jr., electric.
The team that we got in there, man, we're ready to compete. We're ready to handle the unfinished business that we have.
The towels flying, the fans going nuts.
Welcome to Slam Diego!
This tiny home trend, not for me. Now this is more like it. The same goes for my footwear. So I went hands-free with wide fit Skechers slip-ins. Just step in and go without bending down or touching my shoes. Wide fit hands-free Skechers slip-ins.
The Angels lineup today brought to you by Simpson Chevy, with Zach Neto leading things off. Nolan Shotwell bat second. Then it's Trout, Ward 3 and 4. Chris Taylor is heated up, batting fifth. O'Hoppe, then Rengifo, Joe Adell in the number 8 spot, and Scott Kingery at second base today, with George Kirby on the mound. Only his 4th start this year. And Kirby has lost his first 3, has not quite gotten back to form after a shoulder injury. Took the first 2 months of the season away from him.
But he does have outstanding stuff. Throws a lot of strikes. Fastball, high percentage, about 57%, touching 98. Slider's been hit, curveball, and split so far this season.
So Neto stands in to start it off here this afternoon. Kirby will be around the plate, no question about that. Not on that pitch, but he will be. Generally, we promise. Yeah. He has led the majors in strikeout to walk ratio each of the last 2 years. First pitcher to do that since Cliff Lee did it in the early part of the last decade. 1 ball, no strikes on Neto. Hits one in the air toward the right field side. It's going to slice and get out of play.
My go-tos to have success today in this afternoon game against George Kirby is barrel up that slider. 692 batting average, a couple home runs versus slider. Hasn't had a feel for that yet, but bring the fastballs to the lower zone. He loves to ride that 4-seamer above the strike zone. Very difficult to make contact when it's the upper part of the strike zone or above, but bring it down, better chance.
1 ball, 1 strike. Neto fouls off another. It's 1-2. Kirby has had 67 consecutive starts walking 2 hitters or fewer. It's the 3rd longest streak of all time. The 2 pitchers ahead of him, one is Cy Young. That makes a lot of sense.
Bergie Jenkins, maybe?
No, he'll never guess it. He'll consider it till next Tuesday. Carlos Silva.
Oh, that's the next one.
Swing and a miss. 97 got by Neto, up and in for strike 3.
Defense behind Kirby, you know he's going to be around the strike zone, but when you look in the outfield for Seattle here today, it's a pretty good coverage. Rosarena in left field, Rodriguez, and Dylan Moore in right field for Seattle today. Then Williamson, who's been great at third base so far. Crawford, and former Gold Glove winner. Young, Solano over first base, and Garver behind the plate, but out in right field, just like Chris Taylor. Dylan Moore has played that position extremely well himself. He's played every single position. Mentioned first base, second base, third base, right field, left field, now right field and center field too. So he covers ground well, and he's got a good throwing arm. 87th game in his career in right field.
Fly ball left center, hit pretty well, but Rodriguez has some room behind, right in front of the warning track behind him as he makes the catch for the second out. 2 up, 2 down will bring up Mike Trout. Carlos Silva had 99 straight starts from 2003 to 2007, walking 2 or fewer hitters. There's 1 year in there, 2005, he walked 9 batters in 188 innings.
What fun is that? It's like every time you're on the tee box, you hit a driver right down the fairway.
But he gave up 212 hits that year, so I don't know if being around the plate was such a good idea for Carlos Silva. Swing and a miss by Trout.
Trout has had a tough series so far against Seattle, a team that he generally crushes.
Walked a couple of times yesterday, but he's not had a hit in this series. He's nearing 1,000 career walks. He's 3 away from that. He'd be the 6th active player to get to 1,000 walks lifetime. One ball, 1 strike, facing George Kirby here in the bottom of the 1st. Slider right in there, and again Kirby will be around the plate throughout this day.
And Trout is 3 for 6 against Kirby, including a home run.
Kirby trying to find some crispness. He's lost 3 straight starts for the first time in his career. His ERA 8.5. And he has a good first inning. He strikes out Trout. 1, 2, 3.
I want to talk about the Angels. They're my big surprise team of 2025.
The Angels make sure the halo will shine brightly tonight.
The energy level and the swag and the confidence.
It is Trout here.
Game's on notice.
Magneto magnificent.
High octane. It is fuel. It is hot. It's coming at you in a big way.
It was 105.5 miles an hour.
No way.
The Halos are unstoppable right now.
Never clean your gutters again with LeafGuard. LeafGuard's seamless design keeps leaves, pests, and sediment out while directing water away from your home, preventing wood rot and foundation decay, giving you peace of mind that your home and family are protected from water damage with the industry's premier maintenance-free gutter system. Call 844-6LeafGuard right now for 75% off installation plus $200 off your purchase. LeafGuard, get it today. Protected for life.
Last night in the 7th, fly ball should have been caught, wasn't. Adele coming in, Neto was going out, and well, to quote Led Zeppelin, what we had was a communication breakdown. And I spoke to Neto earlier this morning, and he told me, listen, I heard Joe call it. I've got to peel off in that situation, so that's on me. That's admirable of Neto to say. We spoke to Joe last night, and he knows that is his ball, as Garrett Anderson told us before the game. That has to be the outfielder's ball 100 times out of 100 times. And I have to say, if I was Neto, I'm going to peel off every single time, because the Joe show is a freight train coming in, so don't expect that to happen going forward.
Yeah, I mean, anytime it's not that any play is easy, but it's an easier play for an outfielder coming in on the baseball as compared to an infielder going back. You're slightly off balance as an infielder. As an outfielder, you're coming in and seeing a direct path to the baseball. So most times you're going to try to get out of the way of an outfielder. Once they say they got it, get out of the way.
Now, Patrick went viral last night with his EY senior and junior story. The snacks out there on the bases. Donovan Solano takes a strike. First time for everything, Wayne. Apparently, I spoke to junior and senior. They were chatting earlier today, and we missed it, but junior left snacks for senior also, so he repaid the favor. Well, Father's Day is next Sunday, so got to get it going, as Tyler Anderson has now allowed the first two Mariners to reach in this inning. Jorge Polanco, just his 4th hit against a left-handed pitcher this year, and now Solano's hit by a pitch.
And a guy with a lot of speed at the plate right now. It's had a pretty solid series, both with the glove and swinging the bat for Williamson for Seattle. Not an easy guy to double up. Tyler Anderson has not had one double play turn behind him yet this season, and he maybe missed an opportunity to be able to be involved in it himself back in the 1st.
Ben Williamson at the plate here would be a guy to try to get a double play out of, although he does have some good speed. Polanco's at second base, Solano's at first, and it's ball 1 to Ben Williamson, rookie 3rd baseman, who has hit into 4 double plays so far this year in just 44 games. Anderson gets that changeup over. Anderson's pitched well here at Angel Stadium this year. Entering today a 2.34 ERA at home. He was good his last time out in this ballpark. He pitched well against the Yankees, giving up just 1 earned run in 6 innings. Falls behind Williamson, 2 balls and a strike.
One thing you got, regardless of what the ERA for George Kirby is coming into this game, you can see already he's feeling good and confident. So you got to keep this one close if you're Tyler Anderson.
Good pitch there on the changeup. Had Williamson way out in front of it. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Polanco dumped a base hit to right center to start this inning. Solano hit by a pitch. Anderson with an uncharacteristic mistake hitting Solano, and also in that 1st inning too, in leadoff walk to Crawford after getting ahead of him. And then on double play possibility, Anderson made a wild throw to second base, which took the double play away.
Had a good hack at that 4-seam fastball. Always the key for Tyler Anderson. Same thing we talk a lot about with Kyle Hendricks, is you got to go on the edges and shadows of that strike zone with all your pitches. That's why they're so good. But when they're in the zone, that's when it becomes an issue.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. That changeup darted off the plate. Williamson went after it. Second strikeout for Tyler Anderson.
That was off the edge, and that's going to be so important. Even though it was elevated slightly, it was still off the plate, unable to make contact with it. And those numbers with his four-seamer, batting average at 227. Exit velocity too, and average velocity on his fastball is not going to be up there, but they're not a lot of hard hit baseballs on that fastball because he's on the edges with it, and he sets them up because they're looking change up, and that fastball looks like it's in the mid-90s.
He's anchored a lot of soft contact so far this year. Cole Young at the plate, had a couple of hits yesterday, his first career multi-hit game. Former first-round pick. Here's a golf shot toward the left field line. Tough play, Rengifo, and he won't be able to get there as it lands foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Zach Neto pulled way over toward the second base bag with the lefty at the plate here, so he was nowhere near even having a shot at that. You see where Neto's standing right behind the base, so it was Rengifo or Ward trying to get to that little loop toward the left field line. Fortunately for the Angels, it fell in foul ground. No balls, 2 strikes on Young. And here's a fly ball out to right center field. Taylor got a good jump after it. He was shaded over that way anyway as he makes the catch. 2 outs. Polanco goes to third. Just good positioning there by the Angels. I mean, Taylor was about 200 feet off the line and right.
Yeah, and he right away put his hand up there. The communication, that's one thing they were talking about. Even working a little bit today in the outfield, the guys were just talking and communicating on with baseball. They have a better chance to see where Joe was set up. He's over in left center field, but Chris Taylor was right there in right center field. If he had pulled that ball, Young, he'd be running forever.
And that's why it pays to have those scouting reports and the types of algorithms that teams are using now to make their positioners stand in the right spots. It's J.P. Crawford stands in. I was reading an article the other day from Mark Simon and Sports Info Solutions about how well positioned teams have been against Joe Adell this year, and a lot of his ground balls have turned into outs because of defensive positioning.
And he's had an amazing exit velocity on a lot of those ground balls he's hit.
2 outs with runners on the corners. Here's Crawford as he takes a high strike. Remember that play against the Yankees when Volpe was over in the hole? That was the positioning of the Yankees, just being in the right spot. They were fortunate if Volpe had been playing more toward the middle like he normally would have. That would have been a base hit for Adell in that big spot in that game against New York. It was a real game changer, that play Volpe made.
I personally think the positioning of the outfielder, that's another nice play below us. The fans came out to play today.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it in the outfield, a play made or not made is basically a difference between maybe 2 or 3 bases. In the infield, you're not there. It's generally 1 base, and you can still get a ground ball double play. But in the outfield, position is so important to be able to prevent those extra bases going against you.
And Taylor was in the right spot on that last play against Cole Young as Anderson throws to first. Well, maybe Mark Simon can watch this crowd here today and get them into that fielding Bible.
Yes.
He made 3 catches already in the crowd. Just a sensational day here at Angel Stadium. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Crawford. A fly ball to left. Taylor Ward in position, standing still, making the catch to end the inning. A couple of base runners, but no runs in the second.
If you know luxury, it's not just award-winning, it's rewarding. Saatva Mattresses supports all types of sleepers. Luxury is handcrafted and assembled in American factories and brought directly to you with our complimentary in-home delivery and setup service. Which is why over 90% of customers would recommend Saatva to friends and family. Saatva, luxury mattresses made affordable.
The true West has no fences. There's an edge, but you gotta find it. Find comfort from the traditions that help define it, and the confidence from having the courage to defy it. But being brave isn't about being different. It's about being yourself. Now, we might not need more people in the West, but would it hurt to have a little more West in the people?
Angels Stadium as Ron Washington looks on to his Angels in our Kia player profile today. These Halos have played a lot better. Really, I think it starts with the bullpen ERA. I mean, yeah, they've been scoring more runs too, but man, the bullpen has been so different over the course of the last few weeks now. As Taylor Ward takes ball one. I mean, there's no way they would have won that game yesterday without their bullpen.
I mean, if you look at that, I didn't realize it was over a 3.5 run differential.
Yeah, it's huge. They're scoring more. I mean, they're scoring about a run and a half more per game. That's good too.
You have a chance to come back in games when your bullpen is solid
and hold leads and just nail down wins in games where you should be winning. The Angels have been able to do that. A lot of veteran presence down there in the bullpen that's turned things around. Connor Brogdon has been huge for them. And Hunter Strickland's return has helped. And Hector Neris has gotten out of a lot of jams in situations with men on base. Seems like Neris puts on a cape when he comes into a game where there's men in scoring position.
And Reed Dempers has a ton of confidence right now with his 97-mile-an-hour heater.
There's a pop-up from Taylor Ward as Dylan Moore chases it. So does Solano, and it's Solano running into that area of seats where those are field level seats down there on the first base side. And Solano, maybe at one point that would have been an out. Not anymore.
And the fans reaching out almost in the field of play. But once it's in that area, in that box there, then it's free game for the fan. One of the few misses so far by a fan today.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Ward, who's hit 17 home runs this year. He's not hit many here, though, just 4 at Angel Stadium, and he strikes out against Kirby. He was fan 3 of the first 4.
So far, that slider that has been hit very hard this season has not been so far, and it's been a pretty good break to it.
So 1 away, and the batter will be Chris Taylor, who is 5 for his last 10. Kirby dotting the outside corner there. Might have gotten a little help from Carlos Torres, the home plate umpire.
Yeah, even the one against Taylor Ward that got him back even up at 1. That was a fastball a little bit off the outside, but he's got that reputation. He's going to get those calls a lot. Hyundai key for the game today. Going pink today. Cover me in sunshine. In other words, cover some baseballs and get some carry here today in the sunshine at the Big A for the Halos bats.
We're covered in sunshine, no question. It is a beautiful day here as Taylor whiffs on a breaking ball. So Kirby trying to get locked in. So far he has been.
If he has that slider working, it's going to be a tough task against him today, because we know how good he can dot that fastball anywhere in the strike zone.
From Rye, New York. And he gets strike 3 called there. So Taylor goes down looking. 4 strikeouts against 5 hitters for George Kirby.
That's 97. Paint. Now you would think, see that fastball up there, if he throws a 4-seam fastball in that part of the plate, there's a good chance that Logan O'Hoppe can square that up.
2 outs as O'Hoppe bats here with the bases empty. It's a first pitch slider for a strike. O'Hoppe has not had a hit against Kirby. He's barely made contact against him. 0 for 7 with 5 strikeouts. Logan's hit 14 home runs, second among catchers in the American League, only to Cal Raleigh. He breaks his bat as he rolls one to Crawford. So George Kirby sharp early on, 6 up, 6 down.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
Let's talk Orioles, a powerhouse and getting better.
They have a lot of young players, and you know they're going to take another step.
High, deep, way out of here. That ball was barbecue.
Leave it up to the kid to do something special.
These guys are superstar players.
Talk about smacking the opponent in the mouth from pitch 1.
That's the day in, day out, and finding a way to win.
They've done an incredible job of bringing up this homegrown talent.
Take a bow, young man. The good vibes are back in Baltimore.
Last night, Julio Rodriguez hit by this bouncer off the bat of Randy Arozarena, and right in the ankle. Hobbled off the field. X-rays were taken, but they were negative, and Rodriguez feeling good to go today to get back in there, and he's scored the only run of this game so far as he continues to torment the Angels.
Yeah, that numbers overall an OPS of over 1,000 and 21 extra base hits. So he's going to try to get out there no matter what and how he feels.
First pitch here, it's a chopper to third. It played Rengifo, and Rodriguez will reach. Luis Rengifo has had a really tough time defensively this year. That ball just ate him up.
He's in position to be able to get the body in front. Get some rain on the wrist and forearm.
Rengifo at -8 defensive runs saved at third base this year, and he's charged with an error to start this inning.
And another leadoff runner against Tyler. So a lot of stress right away every inning to start the inning for Tyler. Able to pitch through that last inning very, very well.
Arozarena now punches one to the left field corner, so that error comes back to bite the Angels right away. Taylor Ward gets it in, but now the Mariners have runners on second and third with nobody out. 2 doubles for Arozarena. He drove in Rodriguez the last time. This time he pushes him all the way to third base.
Already 7 for 16 against the Halos this season for Arozarena. Coming into this series, just a .233 career hitter against the Halos.
Now Mitch Garver with Rodriguez at third base and Arozarena at second. He flied to left field his first time. Anderson has a couple of strikeouts today. Could use one. You know, Tyler Anderson, when things are right, he'll get a lot of those pop-ups too. Infield is back as Garver swings and misses on a first pitch changeup. Anderson's changeup last year was elite in terms of run value. And you got Garver to swing and miss there too. It's 0-2.
They got him a chase. No question he went after this.
So it's always a question. You get back-to-back swings like that. Do you go for a third in a row?
Yes. There's no setup pitch really needed. I know you think maybe try to run a fastball upstairs, but that's a pitch that you can put in play. The way Kirby is throwing the baseball today, any run could be huge for Seattle to score.
No balls, 2 strikes on Garver. So Anderson goes back to a third straight changeup. He did, but it was off the plate, and it's 1-2 now. Anderson has a 9.5 pop-up percentage this year. It's quite a bit above the league average of 7%. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Big strikeout. Tyler Anderson there, third of the game.
All 3 have come with a man in scoring position.
Now you got the right side of the infield in. You know, Kingery's going back to his position. He was moving in.
It's Dylan Moore at the plate. He struck out his first time. It was a long at bat, but eventually Anderson got him. Here it's grounded to third. Rengifo now has the runner. He tags Rodriguez.
Good decision there by Rengifo right away to tag Rodriguez as he starts to go. To no man's land, tries to go back. Good play, good heads up play, Rengifo.
Rodriguez with a failure to commit. Needed to just pick a lane there, and he got stuck in between.
And you would think, okay, maybe you try to get in a rundown, but with that ankle like that too, you wonder how long of a rundown he'd be able to stay in anyhow to go down the line, see if you get both runners in scoring position.
Now it's Polanco at a base hit earlier. He's barely played against lefties this year. As he looks at a strike, Polanco just 4 for 19 against left-handed pitching. I do like his sunglasses though.
That's a good thing.
It's like he's trying to erase your memory. No balls and a strike. It's 1-1 now on Polanco. Two outs with the Rosarena at second and more at first. Wave and a miss on the changeup. So Anderson a pitch away here from working around that leadoff error. Rodriguez ended up getting himself out on that play at third. Anderson trying to work through the rest of it. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Good job by Tyler Anderson pitching through that serious threat.
Yordan Alvarez is just becoming this consistent hitting machine.
The big man who wears 44 is 4 for 4.
Face of the franchise, everything that is Houston now.
He's top 5 in every category for the Houston Astros historically.
Always just assume they're going to play in the ALCS.
There's no effort. Boom.
And you can kiss that goodbye. That's a game winner.
Late inning heroics once again. He's a legend.
Unbelievable.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance. What?
Boom. Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastball.
I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are. The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
Here at the Big A Friday, June 20th, we'll take home a City Connect tank top jersey courtesy of Discount Tire. Visit angels.com/promotions today.
Are you walking around in Atlanta, maybe Toronto with that on?
Got to do it.
Good look for you.
That'll be the Astros here that weekend.
Well, we want to make sure you bring it on the road, though. This rep.
I understand. Luis Rengifo leads off the bottom of the third, takes a strike from George Kirby. Astros lost today, finally. They've really been playing well, but Cleveland beat them 4-2. The Astros winners in 11 of their last 15 entering today. Swing and a miss by Rengifo. Jeremy Pena had a 13-game hitting streak end today. He was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts.
He's been unreal for them. He's been really that big guy in their offense for quite some time after the Halos saw them way back earlier in the season where he wasn't swinging the bat as well, but he has been of late.
Well, they've been pitching really well too. Their starters have been excellent. So it's all working for the Astros again, trying to win the American League West again. 1-2 on Rengifo. Seattle was in first place for a while, but they've fallen off so badly here. 5-12 in their last 17 games. They're barely above 500. If they lose today to the Angels, they will be right at 500. That is strike 3. So Kirby continues to mow down the Angels here. 5 strikeouts against 7 hitters. Joe Adell will be the batter here. Angels have hit some long homers this year. Mike Trout got credited for 484 on that drive against the Giants. Logan O'Hoppe, a long one in Sacramento, Trout at Fenway, and Joe Adell here last night.
Yeah, and the top two in baseball, Trout and O'Hoppe. Joe Adell crushed that one into the rock pile.
445 feet as he takes strike one.
And Halos are taking a lot of strikes against a guy who throws a lot of strikes, which is not a good formula for you on the hitting side because he's around the strike zone all the time.
One's off the plate. Kirby already a new season high in strikeouts. He's had 8 in a game a couple of times against the Angels in his career. His career high overall is 12. Did that last year in a game against Arizona.
You can just see in his body language on the mound how confident he is on the mound in that rubber, pitching rubber.
Former first-round pick drafted in 2019 out of Elon University in North Carolina. Went to Rye High School in New York. Same high school that B.J. Surhoff went to. A high pop-up. Dylan Moore is over. And that's the second out of the inning as Adell flies out. That's 8 in a row now. Retired by Kirby to start this game.
And extremely efficient as he normally is.
As the Mariners built their team around pitching, Kirby was a big part of that with Logan Gilbert and Bryce Miller. Also Luis Castillo traded over from the Reds. Brian Wu has come up and joined that starting 5. But with some injuries this year, the Mariners starting pitching has not been quite as durable or consistent. Their ERA as a rotation is over 4 entering today.
And they haven't said that in a long time. And they are strike throwers, and they take the ball every game, and they go deep in the ball games too.
Kingery with a pop-up toward the right side. This one will land in foul territory out of play. Logan Gilbert is still on the injured list. Everybody else is healthy now. This is the 4th start back for Kirby. Gilbert had been pitching very well before he got hurt. 2.37 ERA in 6 starts. The Mariners pitching staff has not been quite as dominant. Their hitters, after a very good start to the year, have slowed down. Kingery fouls one off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kingery playing second base. You wonder what the plan is for Christian Moore right now, as he continues to do very well. AAA. He's hit .348 in his first couple of weeks with Salt Lake.
And a lot of damage too on those hits. Extra base hits.
As Kingery strikes out, George Kirby has crushed the top 9 hitters in this order. 1, 2, 3 in 3 straight innings.
The face of the game of baseball is running through this guy right here.
That dude has electricity coming out of his pores.
You're changing the sport, man. I go out there every day and give them 100%.
Every day he does something that draws your attention.
Green is cooking with gas.
It feels like he's finally put it all together. I think Hunter Green's about to become a super ace of a playoff team. That's what the Cincinnati Reds are going to be in 2025.
The alpha dog among big league closers right here. Top of the food chain, Emmanuel Clase.
Jose Ramirez, one of the most unsung great players in the game of baseball.
Goodbye. That's why he needs his gator. Swing!
Cutter at 100 miles per hour coming at you.
Home run, Jose Ramirez.
Best power, speed, and run production is Jose Ramirez, and Jose Ramirez. He's a complete player.
Ball game. Swing and a miss. Bucket. You get into the 9th inning, done deal.
Trey Cool is here, and he's standing by with Patrick O'Neill.
That's right, Wayne. Trey Cool, indeed. And listen, for the Angels and their fans, been a boulevard of broken dreams, right? The past 10 years. You know that, Trey. You're all in on the Halos, though, right now. Why do you believe this team could do it?
You know, when I come around, sorry, it's another one. They have the time of their life. No, but you know, it's fun. Angel baseball is always, you know, dripping with history and rally monkeys and heartbreak and you know, sometimes victory. So we're in it for all of it.
100%. You threw out the first pitch. What was it like?
Just throwing a ball. Dude caught it. Didn't hit the dirt, so that was good.
You're here with your wife, your son, and some generations. Who do you got with you here today?
Yeah, my son, my wife, her parents, and her grandfather and his wife. So we're 4 generations of Halos fans here today.
Oh, that's awesome. Must be fun to take in the ball game. You're in the sun. We got you in the shade right now. You're good friends with Tim Salmon. You go back with Kingfish.
Yeah, you know, it's a great guy, hell of a golfer, and right now he's doing something really fun. But so am I.
100%. What do you, when you're watching this game today, what do you think it's going to take for the Angels to scratch across a run? Tyler Anderson's been getting out of some trouble. What do you like about this game here today?
Just swing of the bat, man. One swing of the bat, and it could happen. Right now, it's close. I'm not worried about it. You know?
Love it. What's next for Green Day?
Going to Europe tomorrow for a tour there, and tomorrow, yeah. And see you in Europe. So we're getting all of our Fun American stuff. Hey, buddy. Fun American stuff, you know, scratching those issues before we go out there, and it's, you know, it's soccer time and, you know, stuff like that.
Cool. Trey, thanks, man. Good luck catching the foul ball. Great to see you, too. Trey, cool. Back to you guys.
I wonder what's more stress, throwing out the first pitch or playing in front of about 90,000 fans. I got to know that one.
I don't think it's any stress for him doing that. The ball's and a strike on Ben Williamson. A ripped foul past third. 0-2. Trey Cool from Green Day going on a European tour tomorrow. Can't be any cooler than that.
Is that not European vacation with Chevy Chase then, right?
I think they're a little cooler than that. Then, no balls and 2 strikes on Williamson.
That was both sides.
Just over
wake
the
up,
Mariner
everybody.
dugout.
Just in case you overslept this morning.
I think Patty O's going to try to get on the charter with Green Day to Europe.
Yeah, there's a great chance of that.
No balls and 2 strikes. Williamson struck out his first time. Anderson has fanned 5 today. He's got a lot of trouble. There's a line drive to right center field. Might be more trouble ahead. A ball in the gap. And as Joe Adell plays it off the wall, gets it in. Williamson at second base with a 1-out double. So another inning here where the Mariners have men in scoring position.
This changeup upstairs. Stayed on it really well. Williamson. 7th double. When it's upstairs like that, you can make that adjustment even if you're slightly out in front to keep his hands back, and hits that hard right center. Got to keep him there. Your look back to second base. Zach Neto right behind him. There's always that possibility of a pickoff play.
Cole Young flied to right his first time. Takes ball 1. The Mariners are 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position already today. 4 strikeouts for Anderson with men in scoring positions. The Mariners have left a lot out there today. They haven't paid for it though yet because George Kirby has not allowed a base runner. There's a fly ball to right. Chris Taylor backing up into position. Williamson tagging as Taylor makes the catch. He's trying for third. Taylor a throw all the way in, a little bit too late.
That's a pretty good throw. I think you'd have a chance at all. It would have been a lot closer. It's always important to show that arm off, even though you're probably not going to get him out. Sometimes as a third base coach, when you see an arm like that, an accurate throw, you might keep that runner from trying to tag up on a shallow fly ball to right today.
So 2 outs now, and Williamson at third base with Crawford coming up.
This is the time I think you'll see him swing at the first pitch if it's close to the strike zone.
Walked his first time. He flied to left in the second, leaving a couple of men on base. Mariners have stranded base runners throughout the day. It's ball one off the plate. Rosarena had an RBI double in the first. That was with Julio Rodriguez at first base. He scored all the way. The next two hitters made outs. First and second, nobody out. In the second inning, the Mariners didn't score. And then in the third inning, second and third, nobody out, and they didn't score. Here in the fourth, a one-out double, and now Williamson at third base with two away. So the kinds of things that teams usually end up paying the price for, leaving so many men on base early in a game. All three. Crawford putting together yet another professional at bat.
He's a guy that will swing 3-0, but with Julio Rodriguez on deck, I don't think he's going to get the green light here.
High strike, 3-1. Crawford was in the RBI program around Los Angeles, growing up in Long Beach. Graduate of that program and turned into a very good major league player. He loops one, caught by Shotwell.
Shotwell showing the hops.
It's a soft line drive, but Shotwell got up, caught it. The Mariners leave another man in scoring position.
Man, these seats.
Right? I wonder how the other guys are doing.
I spent hours finding a deal on these.
Trash. You should have used Game Time.
The easiest way to find only the best deals for the best seats with their Game Time picks.
What time is it?
Game Time.
We do not talk about this superstar enough, and that's Rafael Devers.
6 straight game with a home run.
Jarren Duran is an extra base machine.
I've just always been like that guy that keeps his head down and works hard.
Swing and a miss. Crochet's got that kind of electric stuff.
This green monster is tailor-made for Alex Bregman's swing. Great fit for Bregman, great fit for the Red Sox.
This was the piece that they really needed.
The guy's a winner. He's got all the talent.
The Red Sox are a much better team this year than they were last year.
He's really been hitting everything much harder and differently than he did even last season when he had a great offensive year, and he'll lead things off in the bottom of the fourth.
And he's picked the spots where he's been really good as far as catching that fastball out in front of the plate and doing damage.
Fouls this one back. He has the largest jump this year in launch angle sweet spot rate. What they mean by that is that the launch angle sweet spot is 8 to 32 degrees. That's kind of that high line drive. It's going to be a base hit more times than not. And Neto's had the biggest jump in hitting the ball like that this year. He had it 29% last year where he would hit the ball in that sweet spot angle. This year 47%. So he's really doing damage with his swings a lot more often this year.
And put in perspective how amazing that is when you think about it. He was rehabbing his shoulder, his throwing arm, for a lot of the winter to be able to carry that into this season. He had some games up in Salt Lake, obviously, but not a lot. What he's done so far this year is unreal.
Well, that's what I can't figure out, how he made these improvements, but he has had a tough time with George Kirby today, who has rifled through this Angel lineup with 7 strikeouts already.
And the slider again, a pitch that has been demolished so far this season. Nearly a 700 batting average. It has been electric so far.
One out, and the batter will be Shotwell. Fly to center field his first time. Really, the one good swing we have seen here from an Angel came from Shotwell, who sent Rodriguez back toward the warning track.
He struck out Neto twice now on that slider.
It's not like they haven't seen Kirby before. Shouldn't be all that big of a surprise what he does out there. I mean, they've faced him a lot.
And the thing has been odd so far is how many takes and strikes, because he's around the strike zone. They know that. They've seen them before. They've seen him quite a bit, really, when you think about 8 starts already.
This is his 9th against the Angels, and 3.66 ERA, so he's been good against them, but not that great.
He's given up 6 home runs also.
Here at Angel Stadium, a 3.56 ERA, so he's been good against the Angels, but he has not been dominant against them at any point. Shonowell thought maybe a walk there, but Kirby got the call. 3-1.
It's twice now, back-to-back games where a 3-0 pitch, he thought it was a ball. That was lower part of the strike zone.
Angels just trying to get a man on here. And Shonowell to bouncer foul wide of first. The Mariners have had a ton of men on base, yet they've only scored 1 run. Mariners are 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position so far today.
With 1 out in the 4th, there's 42 pitches thrown for Kirby.
But an easy day for him so far. And that is a called strike 3. 2 borderline pitches in that at bat, both go Kirby's way. Shonowell thought he walked, especially on that last one.
Let's see where this pitch was. It looked like it was off the inside corner. We'll see. That's off the inside corner. Call the strike.
Well, now you're supposed to even hit that. Shonowell stands close to the plate anyway. And he has no chance on that. Strike 1 to Trout. He struck out his first time. Kirby now with 8 strikeouts against 11 batters.
A lot of looking too.
Well, they've taken so many pitches, as you said earlier. I mean, Trout takes the first pitch and then he swings the second one off the plate. It's 0-2. Angels need to readjust here in terms of how many pitches they're taking for strikes against a strike thrower. Kirby has thrown about 75% strikes here in the early going. Trout was on that one, fouled it back.
That was a 97-mile-an-hour fastball also. This one swing from Trout, it's a tie ball game though. He's done it 54 times against Seattle. Hasn't quite squared one up yet in this series. Maybe do.
Just 2 hits against the Mariners so far this year and 5 games against them. Liner to right, and there's the first hit for the Halos today.
Oh, it was hit so hard too. That was a slider. And that was a pretty good pitch too, and Trout with just a better swing. He stayed on that slider really well, hit it hard, and that was a nice play by Dylan Moore to even keep that in front of him too.
107.5 off the bat.
It's on a slider hitting the ball that hard. Short and direct to the baseball for Trout with those hands.
That swing is still a thing of beauty for Mike Trout. He's on base with 2 outs here as Taylor Ward bats. Imagine coming back from the injury that Trout's not going to be terribly aggressive on the bases.
I think so, not quite yet.
Still working his way back to the outfield for that matter. Two balls, no strikes on Taylor Ward. Trout's such a good base runner that if there is a ball in the gap, whatever he is unable to do in terms of his speed, he can make up for some of that by the way that he just cuts the bases. Taylor Ward with a fly ball to left. That's a no-doubter. The Angels are on the board in the 4th as Taylor Ward drives a 2-run homer.
Well, those swings, those power swings continue for Taylor Ward in that conversation for maybe the All-Star game. 18 home runs, 45 RBI now on the season.
Taylor Ward crushed that one. 107.5 off the bat like Trout did. Just like that, the Halos are up 2-1. Started with Trout swing, followed by a great swing from Taylor Ward.
All those men left on base for Seattle in the first 4 innings. There's the payoff. The Angels with 2 swings take the lead.
432. Great swing for Taylor Ward. Second career home run against Kirby.
Well, Chris Taylor trying to knock one out. Swings through a fastball.
He was trying to hit our cars out there in the parking lot with that swing.
Taylor Ward, 18 homers, 45 RBIs. He's among the American League leaders in both categories. That's why, even though the batting average doesn't stand out, his all-star candidacy relies on that power.
It's good to see him homering at the Big A.
He's 3rd in the AL in home runs. He is tied for 4th in RBIs. And that has to count for something if you're going to be thinking about an all-star team. 2 balls and a strike on Taylor. Only Raleigh and Judge have more homers. Only Raleigh, Judge, and Rafael Devers have more RBIs. You know those guys will be at the all-star game.
Pretty interesting thing, too, for Kirby. That was the first time he's been out of the stretch. And when Trout got that hit, and then right away, 2-run home run.
2-2 on Taylor. Well, Ward driving in Trout gives Mike 145 runs scored now lifetime against Seattle, which ties him with Ricky Henderson for the most runs scored against the Mariner franchise. That is a strike to Taylor on the outside corner. He also tied Rafael Palmeiro for most total bases. Comes on the back of Taylor Ward, a 2-run homer to give the Halos the lead.
Next level. Oh my goodness.
Lots of great baseball coming, and good guess, by the way.
Play baseball like I'm still a young kid, like a little teenager.
Good luck trying to hit that, man. It's unhittable.
No way! What a moment! This is the show that never ends.
I'm Jesse's uncertainty, and I really thought house projects were my time to shine. One little, are you sure? He gets stuck before he even got started. But Jesse's changed because of Thumbtack. With their guides, he knows exactly what to do and who to hire. And his house is looking great. Where does that leave me?
Uncertainty doesn't live here. You do. Take care of your home with Thumbtack. Download the app today.
'27. Stay after the game for a Christmas post-game drone show featuring 800 drones. It's presented by OC Navigator and OC4 Vets. Visit angels.com/promotions today.
There's a special delivery there by Santa Ward.
He's put a lot of home runs in his big bag of toys this year. 18 home runs for Ward. He's at 12 in his last 30 games. He has really found some power this year, and he's nearing career high in home runs already.
Well, the weather is definitely not frightful today. It's beautiful.
Julio Rodriguez after the first pitch. It's a fly ball right center field. Pretty shallow. Adele's coming in, so is Taylor, and it's Adele to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 5th.
That route was perfect for Joe Adele coming in. He was out earlier today working with Bo Porter along with the other outfielders. He's getting good reads. That was a good read off the bat to be able to run that one down, get that lead off man out, especially one with the speed of Julio Rodriguez.
Now Rosarena, 2 doubles and an RBI today. The Mariners 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Rosarena punches one deep to the right field corner. This one might go. It's off the wall. Taylor got it in right away, and a Rosarena chased back to first.
What a play by Chris Taylor. That is unbelievable.
And what a game already for Rosarena against Tyler Anderson, too.
And he's 3 for 3.
This went in and stayed on that one really, really well. 4-seam fastball. See, Tyler Anderson gave up many hits versus 4-seam fastball, but this was a great play.
Well, you see a Rosarena, too. He just did not run at all. I mean, he completely loafed out of the box all the way to first. He thought that ball was gone until it hit the wall. Mitch Garver is at the plate as Rosarena is now at first, in part because of Chris Taylor's performance off the wall and in part because of his own lack of performance running out that play.
And when you do that as a base runner, that's why you think he might try to steal a bag now, because he felt he should have been in a scoring position anyhow.
He's got a huge lead as Anderson leaves that foot up, and when Rosarena takes off, and he'll get second base that way. So he's able to get the base. Anderson, he's not even allowed really to throw the ball over after he lifts that leg up.
Yeah, he thought he got that one, then all of a sudden he realizes, uh-oh, and then I better hold on.
You know, at that point, Anderson can't even go to first. He's been called for a balk a few times already this year. Surprised that base runners don't take advantage of that more often. When he lifts that leg and freezes, that they should just take off immediately. He can't do anything about it.
He's already given up now. That's his 7th stolen base against him this season. None caught. He had 17 career pickoffs, but it's been at least about 3 years since he picked the base runner off.
Garver loops one through the left side, a base hit. Rosarena had to wait, so he only gets to third. That's the first hit for the Mariners with a man in scoring position today. Now more trouble. Tyler Anderson's danced around men in scoring position all day today. Rosarena had 3 hits yesterday and 3 today, and not had a 3-hit game this year until last night. So more trouble for Tyler Anderson. First and third, 1 out. Mariners have had men in scoring position in every inning, but they only have 1 run. Swing and a miss by Moore. One thing it has done from a Mariners perspective is push up that pitch count for Anderson. He's at 83 pitches already. 0-2.
Able to get him to chase. That's a 90-mile-an-hour 4-seam fastball.
The Angels have not even had an at-bat with a man in scoring position. The Mariners have had 11, yet the Angels have the lead, at least for now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's fouled back.
The cutter upstairs, he was able to make contact with it.
Moore lays off on the changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
So you think maybe he's going to try that fastball above the strike zone now. But if you are going fastball up, it's got to be middle in, not out and away.
Runners on the corners with 1 out. Moore fouled that fastball back. It was up and in. Moore was able to fight it off. Rosarena's at third, Garver's at first. A check swing on a pitch up and in. He did not go around.
I think he was able to hold up on that one. Yep.
Now it's 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
90-mile-an-hour fastball. Second time he's punched out Dylan Moore today. That's 6 strikeouts this afternoon for Tyler Anderson.
5 with a man in scoring position. These strikeouts have been well timed. 2 outs in the inning, and now Polanco struck out with men on first and second his last time up. Tyler Anderson walked this tightrope again. He's done so in every inning. Wave and a miss by Polanco.
That's great arm action on that changeup.
It's interesting as themes and narratives pop up throughout the course of a particular game, how they kind of write the story of that game. Well, Tyler Anderson's story today has been pitching in and out of trouble, but he's unable to get through this 5th inning that way. Polanco ties it up with a base hit. Garver goes to third base. And the Mariners finally strike with a man in scoring position.
Just as they get the lead, it's now tied up. Fastball was on the inner half. 90-mile-an-hour fastball, but he's able to bring his hands in and gets that ball to left center field just like that. Tie game.
31st run batted in for Polanco, and the Angels have to get their bullpen up sooner than they were hoping today. Hunter Strickland has started to throw. Figure to see Strickland today. Jose Fermin, who just came off the injured list. Hector Neris would be available today, and Burke. Not sure about Jansen, although Ron Washington said if there was a safe chance there, you'd probably see him. 2 outs. Solano will bat here. He has struck out and been hit by a pitch. 3 hits in this inning, 7 in the game. The Mariners getting their first 2 with a man in scoring position in this inning. All 1 to Solano.
A ton of speed on the bases here for Seattle. They love to try to steal there to try to draw a throw.
Garver not going to move around too much over there at third base. Line drive right center, falling quickly, and it's a base hit. So the Mariners with 4 hits in the inning. They've scored 2 runs to reclaim the lead. And that will be it for Tyler Anderson, it looks like, on a day where he ran up a lot of pitches in a short time. He's unable to make it out of the 5th inning. He's given up 8 hits, and finally Seattle has broken through with men on base.
Dave likes things hot. So when he wanted to heat up his sex life, he came to us. Rose Sparks dual action formula acts fast and lasts long, so you will too. 2 ingredients in 1 spark means more for everyone. Now, when she wants the heat,
I got the spark.
We got you, Dave. Connect with the provider and find out if sparks are right for you at rode.co/sparks.
Right this second, at some girls' night somewhere, someone really wants a soda. But that same someone wants a better for you drink. You know, that doesn't taste so basic. What if there were a better soda?
Hi, I'm Allison, but they call me Mommy Poppy.
Okay, wait.
You deserve better. Drink a Poppy. No fakeness here.
Pizza?
Okay, major green flag. A soda with 5 grams of sugar? That's the real plot twist.
I always forget the pizza when they get the Poppy on top.
in the region. Learn more at ucihealth.org. By Pechanga Resort Casino. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga. Conveniently located right off the I-15 in Temecula. Hunter Strickland has done a great job since coming back to the Angels, and he'll try to keep it a one-run game here.
He's been really solid in his return to the Halos. Big spot.
And Williamson doubled his last time. All one from Strickland. 7 2/3 scoreless innings in 7 games. Back with the Angels after he was very successful a year ago as well. Only allowed 2 hits so far.
So when you think about this bullpen, Seattle, if you can avoid Munoz at the back end of that bullpen, you have a shot. He has been fantastic this season.
2 balls, no strikes. That's right in there. 2-1. This is the 15th at bat today for the Mariners with a man in scoring position. They've had more at bats with men in scoring position than the Angels have had total at bats so far today. Slow bouncer, going to be a tough play. Renifo with the glove. His throw to first too late. Williamson an infield hit, so the bases are loaded here. Now the number 9 batter Cole Young will stand in.
Second hit of the game for Williamson. That speed we talked about. One of those plays right there, you're almost better off just eating that. You're not going to be able to throw him out.
So now Young was 0 for 2 today and 3 for his first 25 as a big leaguer. Comes up in an important spot here. Big cut and a foul from Young, a former first-round pick. Put up pretty good numbers in the minor leagues. Getting his first big league opportunity here over the last week or so.
That's the 5th hit of the series for Williamson against the Halos.
Ball 1 strike on Young, who had a walk-off RBI in his major league debut. Was the first Mariner to ever do that. It had not happened in the big leagues since a couple of years ago when Samad Taylor did it against the Angels in Kansas City. Popped up. Chris Taylor coming in. Kingery's there, and it's Kingery to make the catch and in the inning.
Nice job by Strickland to get that final out.
I want to talk about the Angels. They're my big surprise team of 2025.
The Angels make sure the halo will shine brightly tonight.
The energy level and the swag and the confidence.
It is Trevor here.
Game's on notice.
Magneto magnificent.
High octane. It is fuel. It is hot. It's coming at you in a big way.
It was 105.5 miles an hour.
No way.
The Halos are unstoppable right now.
This is Fubo. It's a better way to watch ESPN and other top sports networks. Plus, get coverage of your local teams all year long. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Ooh, that's a lovely view.
What are you two looking at?
Tip pick.
What did you say?
Tip pick. Tickets to the show with no hidden fees.
George Kirby so far today giving up a 2-run homer to Taylor Ward, as our stats with Lowe's show the home run leaders for the Angels. Ward with 18 now after his shot today. 5 players in the first 63 games of the season that have hit 10 or more home runs on this ball club. It's the second time that's ever happened in franchise history. One of them standing in here, Logan O'Hoppe, has 14. Takes ball 1 from Kirby.
Looks like it's been a while for Logan O'Hoppe to hit one out of the yard.
Like a lot of these guys, he hits them in bunches. Very streaky team at the end of the day. Kirby lays in the slider. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pirates beat the Phillies today 2-1 with Bryce Harper on the injured list. Philly was swept in Pittsburgh over the weekend. Cubs were shut out in Detroit. Tigers won 2 out of 3 in that series, 4-0 today. Dodgers beat the Cardinals 7-3. Mookie Betts hit a home run.
Last home run for O'Hoppe was in West Sacramento. Who's in town tomorrow?
Strike 3 called here, and it's the 9th strikeout for Kirby. Even in the last inning when he gave up those 2 runs, still struck out 3 hitters.
Another call, 3rd strike, looking too.
His 10th strikeout today. Just 4 1/3 innings, so 10 strikeouts for Kirby. He's only 2 away from his career high of 12, which came in a game against Arizona last year. There's a soft bouncer from Rengifo as Cole Young charges to throw him out. For a guy with 10 strikeouts, because he's around the plate so much, he has not had a high pitch count today. Joe Adell, the batter here. Kirby's had at least 2 strikeouts in every inning, 3 in the 4th. He's had 1 so far in this inning. Adell flied out his first time.
He's quick on that sinker. That was off the plate. Tough to keep that one fair.
And a great couple of weeks here for Adell. He's raised his batting average by 40 points in the last few weeks. He's raised his slugging percentage nearly 100 points with this hot streak that he's on. 1 ball and 1 strike in the last 11 games, hitting .382 with 5 home runs. He's had 3 multi-homer games this year. Rare for an Angels player to have that many this early. Late on that fastball, it's 1-2. Only Trout, Ohtani, Tommy La Stella, and Jeff Devannon.
Tommy La Stella? Tommy boy.
He's an all-star that year.
Yes, he was.
2019. Adell whiffs on that. George Kirby has racked up 11 strikeouts in 5 innings.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Cubs are going to win today.
This is their chance to have another run. This is their time.
This is the Cubs division to lose this year.
They need to be singing the song quite a bit this year.
That's hammered. Kyle Tucker, welcome to the Cubs. Dansby swats it.
He's one of the most talented ball players.
Pete Crow Armstrong, what a stud.
Showed to Imanaga, it's about falling in love with him.
Seiya Suzuki with a grand slam.
And this is when you put the pedal to the metal.
I think we got a really good team.
Kansas City's hot.
They are relentless.
And Bobby Witt Jr. is piping hot.
One big swing from the Royal superstar.
The greatest player on earth right now.
You become like a massive, massive force.
Salute indeed to El Capitan.
You have to work more. You have to sacrifice yourself more.
That's the type of baseball that wins come postseason.
Just the team that we have, just doing things 1 pitch at a time, 1 inning at a time. It's just so much fun.
Ready, it's Golic and Golic featuring Mike Golic Sr. and Mike Golic Jr. coming to FanDuel Sports Network starting tomorrow. They're bringing the heat. Bold takes, big personalities, some of the biggest names in sports. I think they should have Gooby on daily. Oh, don't miss the action weekdays 12 noon only on FanDuel Sports Network.
No, I'll be able to talk Eagle football with Senior.
Oh, that's why you want to go on the show. Talk about my guy Vince Papale.
Legend.
1 ball, 1 strike on J.P. Crawford.
What a movie. Invincible.
That's right. He certainly was and is invincible. Crawford 0 for 2 with a walk. Top of the order to it for the Mariners here. Bounced off the glove of Strickland. Neto goes to get it. Quick throw, and he retires Crawford.
Nice reaction by Neto on that one, too. In a redirect like that, sometimes you don't know what kind of spin you're going to have off the glove of the pitcher, but real solid play by Neto. It's one of those plays, too. You look back where he's doing it right now, or Strickland, he's going to wonder where his infielders are set up. You let that go right away. It's going to be a routine play for Neto. Ended up being a tougher play, but still got a big out.
1 out. Here's Rodriguez 0 for 3 today. Mariners have left 9 men on base. Angels are right there. Considering all the opportunities for Seattle, they still might have squandered 1 too many by the end of this game. Balls and 2 strikes on Julio Rodriguez. We're in the 6th inning. Taylor Ward, a 2-run homer, the only Angels runs. They have had a really difficult time squaring up George Kirby today. 11 strikeouts for Kirby. He's thrown 66 pitches. He threw 90s last time, so stretched out coming back from that shoulder injury.
Yeah, we're hearing there's no real restriction on how many pitches he's going to throw.
So threw 95 the last time, so he can get to 100 today. You don't think about as far as pitches. You know, the teams consider the up downs as well, so they might go get Kirby earlier today only because he hasn't pitched more than 5 innings yet.
Yeah, the ups and downs in between innings too.
So he'll get the 6th, and then we'll see beyond that. That might be 1 too many, or maybe just the end of his limit. Rodriguez lifts one to left center field. Taylor Ward was in a good spot as he backs up to make the catch. 2 outs. Ward didn't have to range over. He only had to range back for that.
The sweeper has been a real solid pitch for Strickland. Between his slider and sweeper.
So 2 outs.
Rosarena's had a big game here. Big series.
6 hits in the last 2 games. Pops this one foul.
And a lot of them are early swings too.
Had not had a 3-hit game this year until yesterday. 3 hits yesterday. One of them was off the foot or the ankle of Rodriguez, which was runner's interference, but goes down as a base hit for the batter. Today he's hit the ball pretty well. Doubling to right, to left, and then singling off the wall in right field. That really should have been a double. Taps this one. Rengifo is called off by Neto. Comes in, makes the play, and it is just in time to win the inning.
Real good play again by Neto.
The face of the game of baseball is running through this guy right here.
That dude has electricity coming out of his pores.
You're changing the sport, man. I just go out there every day and give them 100%.
Every day he does something that draws your attention. Green is cooking with gas.
It feels like he's finally put it all together. I think Hunter Green's about to become a super ace of a playoff team. That's what the Cincinnati Reds are going to be in 2025.
Talent-wise, with the Correas and the Royce Lewises and the Buxtons firing at the height of their power, they're probably the most talented team.
Royce Lewis puts his team on top.
Postseason monster, we all know that.
Grand slam, Carlos Correa.
The
Byron Buxton, it's the tools, the speed, the power.
He knows one speed, and that's to go get it.
I think that we're a great team. I think we know we're a great team.
The Twins have the most talent in that division.
Every player in the lineup has struck out at least once today, including Scott Kingery, who leads off here in the 6th. Kirby's career high 12 strikeouts came against the Diamondbacks. It was April of last season. Game in Seattle, here on the road at Angel Stadium, 11 in just 5 innings of work. And strike one. And has been the best friend for Kirby today. He's gotten ahead of just about everybody. It's 0-2.
A pretty good hack at that one there. It was the same exact spot he took the first pitch. He's been able to throw his slider pretty effectively. The pitch that was hit a lot his first 3 starts. Still just a 1-run deficit for the Halos here in this game.
Kingery fouls one off. Kingery, a 2nd-round pick in 2015. He's at University of Arizona. He was a walk-on. Never got any college offers. Played with Kevin Newman there. And in fact, they were roommates at Arizona. And then he was a 2nd-round pick, and he was doing so well in the minor leagues. The Phillies gave him a big contract before he ever made his major league debut. One ball and 2 strikes on Kingery, but he never did hit much as a Philly. He's not even been in the big leagues the last couple of years. Fouls one off here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He had one good year with the Phillies. 2019. He had 19 home runs. He had 34 doubles that year. And then in the pandemic year, he hit just 159. And really haven't seen him in the major leagues much since then. A little bit in 21 and 22.
Pretty good battle here against Kirby.
At the very least, driving up the pitch count a little bit.
That was a pretty nasty slider he fouled off. He's had some good swings against his fastball.
Kingery had 25 homers at AAA last year with Lehigh Valley in the Phillies organization. Stays alive again.
Yeah, they played off a splitter. Kirby hasn't thrown a lot of those today.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Kingery is up with Yohan Moncada on the injured list, though he's not expected to be on the IL for long. And that's a strike. The 12th strikeout for Kirby today ties his career high.
Look, he went trying to catch up to that fastball. It was off the plate. Long at bat, but definitely went after it. Meadows really had a tough time against Kirby today. Got to believe when you have that lack of success against the pitcher, you're going to be more aggressive on the first pitch than normal even.
Well, 3rd at bat here for Neto against Kirby. He does go after the first pitch, but he hits a soft fly ball to right. So 2 up, 2 down. Nolan Shonowell will bat after a ride with Hyundai.
Charge up to 178 miles in just 15 minutes. How it should be.
Despite all the squandered chances by the Seattle offense, they have the lead largely thanks to George Kirby. Giving up just 2 runs on 2 hits, back-to-back base runners in the 4th inning. Trout had a single, Ward homered. Trout will scramble away as Ben Williamson made the catch. He reached over the camera well on the 3rd base side, and he made a great catch.
That was an unbelievable play. Where's Patty O?
I think the sneaky team to watch is the Giants.
It's going to be fun to watch this staff. That is the best ballpark in the world to pitch in San Francisco.
A lot of experience up top.
I like where this team's headed.
High drive! It is out of here!
Doesn't get any better than this.
Logan Webb might be the most underappreciated quality starting pitcher in all of baseball.
If this Giants team is going to make noise, it's going to be because of their starting rotation.
Yeah. For me, it's really important for us to establish an identity.
You're going to be talking about the Giants in September again.
The face of the game of baseball is running through this guy right here.
That dude has electricity coming out of his pores.
You're changing the sport, man. I just go out there every day and give them 100%.
Every day he does something that draws your attention. Green is cooking with gas.
It feels like he's finally put it all together. I think Hunter Green's about to become a super ace of a playoff team. That's what the Cincinnati Reds are going to be in 2025.
Hunter Strickland's been solid again out of the bullpen. He's retired 4 in a row at a 1-2-3 6th inning, and now he'll face Mitch Garver to start the 7th. Strickland now 9 innings since joining the Angels again, and he has allowed no runs on 2 hits. Make that 3 hits with the 1 today. He's been very good, very sturdy out of the bullpen for the Angels again this year.
A strike throw or 2 out of the bullpen.
It always helps.
Efficient so far. This 18 pitches thrown.
Swing and a miss by Garver. The Mets, with the Phillies losing 5 in a row, they have opened up a 4.5 game lead now in the National League East, leading Colorado today 12-3. Pete Alonso has 2 homers and 4 RBIs. He has 61 runs batted in. That leads the major leagues.
That's in the Cubs with the best records in the National League.
That's a little ahead of the Cubs now. They'll be 42-24 with a win today. Cubs are 40-25, second best in the National League. The Dodgers third, 39-27. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
That's sweeper again for Strickland.
Hunter Strickland's first strikeout today. Here's Patty O.
Hey, Wade, thanks very much. Last night we saw Logan O'Hoppe return to catching on one knee. I asked him why he's back. He said because the numbers still not any good. They're looking for commonalities with other receivers, Cal Raleigh being one of them. He hates how much he's had to make the change, but it's all in pursuit of being better. Sal Fasano, who really originated this whole deal catching on one knee with the Atlanta Braves at 2018. He thinks it's less violent catching on one knee, easier to block balls. So that's what he's hoping Logan O'Hoppe will stick with. Unrelated, I wasn't in the camera well. I'm still reporting from the Diamond Club because I can. Bugging Trey Cool about joining the tour in England with Green Day, and bad news.
Patty O, again, why were you not down there in the camera well saying miss it?
Trey Cool said they have enough American idiots on the plane already. Yeah. So hey, how you doing?
This guy just sitting there.
Yeah.
Lounging at the reserve table. Does this guy have work to do?
You call this work?
Yeah. Miles Mastrobuoni is the pinch hitter for Dylan Moore. What Patio's having a good time today. And Mastrobuoni slaps one through an open hole on the left side of the infield. It's a pinch hit single for Mastrobuoni. He'll take over in right field for Moore. Dan Wilson likes that platoon when he can get it. He's one of those managers that as soon as there's a pitching change, he'll turn the lineup all the way over back into a platoon situation.
You got to believe he's thinking stolen base here too. Good call 3 times.
Polanco bats left-handed for the first time today. He has 2 hits from the right side with an RBI. Finally healthy enough to hit right-handed again. He had an oblique injury that made him only able to swing from the left side. He's done all his damage left-handed this year. And a terrific first month of the season. He's cooled off considerably since then.
A little bit of movement now on the bullpen from, it's like for Seattle too, and Angels.
It's Jose Fermin getting ready. Expected to see him at some point today. Strickland can get through this inning though on his own. 2 balls, no strikes on Polanco. High pop up. He's just trying to launch him. Not under it. Chris Taylor in for it. Makes the catch. 2 outs.
You just missed that one though. Every once in a while you just a little off balance swing. That's why you throw strikes. Every once in a while a hitter misses it. Another pinch hitter.
Rowdy Tellez, just like I was mentioning about Dan Wilson, as soon as opportunity arises to reset the platoons, he'll do that. And some managers don't do that. We'll see Ron Washington sometimes when he has a lineup set, he'll just kind of leave it. Maybe at the very end of the game, he'll put a pinch hitter in to make that platoon change, but otherwise he doesn't do it as early in games as some other managers do. Seeing that Golick and Golick thing popped up. They're going to have Rob Manfred on their debut show tomorrow.
That will be interesting.
We'll have Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, on Tuesday. John Calipari this week. Gary Bettman, the NHL commissioner. This is what I mean. They should have you.
Yeah. I'm not going to go in there when you have all the top dogs going on.
2 outs. Big lead for Mastrobuoni at first. Tellez, it's a ground ball to second. Easy for Kingery.
Nice job, Strickland again.
2 1/3 scoreless for Hunter Strickland out of the bullpen.
There's a shot. This is really becoming ridiculous. 3-home run day for Aaron Judge.
Bronx Bombers are back.
Judge cranks one. Incredible. The show rolls on for Aaron Judge.
This is a generational player.
He's a special, special talent.
He's going to go down as the greatest Yankee of all time.
Let's talk Orioles. A powerhouse and getting better.
They have a lot of young players, and you know they're going to take another step.
High, deep, way out of here. That ball was barbecue.
Leave it up to the kid to do something special.
These guys are superstar players.
Talk about smacking the opponent in the mouth from pitch 1.
That's the day in, day out, and finding a way to win.
They've done an incredible job of bringing up this homegrown talent.
Take a bow, young man. The good vibes are back in Baltimore.
Let's eat.
Yes.
Get 2 tickets and $20 in food and beverage credit with the Let's Eat bundle. Visit angels.com/let's eat. Pick your game and get 2 tickets plus $20 for food. Purchase your bundle at angels.com/let's eat.
What are we eating? Come on, Wayne. Where's your connections? Patty O was down there eating.
Well, he's I get the connections he has.
Yes.
He's down there just simmering on this Sunday afternoon in the shade. Ice cream cone looked pretty good, I thought. George Kirby's looked pretty good. 12 strikeouts in 6 innings. He has tied his career high.
Mike Trout, who got the first hit of the game, a rocket to right field. A pretty good slider from Kirby. He was really short and direct to that slider.
It'll be Trout and Ward due up here. Mastroboni staying in the game to play right field, and Tellez staying in at first base. Mariners have reconfigured their lineup a bit. Now Trout will stand in as the tying run. Ball 1 from George Kirby in his 7th inning here. He has not pitched more than 5 in any outing coming back from his shoulder injury. Trout tying the record for the most runs scored ever against the Mariners today. Also tied the record for the most total bases against them. He has the home run record all to himself. He's tied with your guy George Brett for the most triples ever against the Mariners.
At the old King Dome getting those triples. Oh, yeah, majority would be against at the ballpark in Kansas City there.
Yes, that's always been
that's a good triples yard.
Nice triples ballpark. And ball 2 strikes. Mariners bullpen is up. That last pitch, Trout had a good one to hit.
Yeah, that was that sinker down. That's the nitro zone for Trout.
Kirby only had 80 pitches with his dozen strikeouts today. Trout a bit late, fouled it off.
You see where Garber wants. He wants to elevate that 4-seamer. There's been a couple fastballs in a row that were middle to lower third against Trout. And we had a base hit the right field on a slider, so he's thinking with the hard stuff here.
1 ball 2 strikes on Mike. Trout with a base hit and a run scored his last time. Came home on Ward's home run. The only 2 base runners against Kirby today. There's ball 2.
Still pretty good velocity on his fastball. 97-mile-an-hour 4-seamer.
It's ball 3. 2 strikeouts in a game by a pitcher this year was by Max Meyer of the Marlins. He had 14 strikeouts in a game against the Reds back in April. Kirby has 12 today. 3-2. Trout fouls off that one.
Run fastball there. Even the one before was a borderline pitch. Still doesn't miss by a whole lot. 0 walks with all these punch outs today.
Kirby has been extremely good. Full count pitch. And it's fouled back. A high fastball that Trout was able to stay alive on.
I'd still go back to that at bat he had against Logan Gilbert up in Seattle, where a number of fastballs, a lot of them. It was a 9-pitch at bat. He homered the dead center field. Seeing quite a few on this at bat.
Another 3-2 coming. And it's in there for strike 3. Trout might have been thinking the slider was coming. Instead, he got the express, and Kirby with his 13th strikeout, a new career high.
Another called 3rd strike, too. That was a fastball all over the plate.
He had to have been guessing slider. As Kirby has another strikeout. 13 in the game. His new career high.
6 looking.
He's 1 off the major league high this year, which we just talked about. Max Meyer of the Marlins. Not the guy I would have guessed, but he did it. 14 against the Reds. Taylor Ward did a long home run his last time, his 18th of the year. He's got the count in his favor here, 2-0. It's the only time today Kirby has pitched from the stretch.
Yep, and that was the one time where he missed the spot.
Otherwise, he's been out of the windup all day against every batter except for Ward.
And you're sitting at home, you go, why would that matter a whole lot? But you can hide the baseball, in my opinion, from the full windup more so than the stretch. So you have the legs, the arms, the glove, everything going towards the plate. Out of the stretch position, you'll see the baseball just a little bit longer as a hitter.
And fastball right in there, 2 in a row. That's 2-2 on Taylor Ward. Another thing Kirby is doing is shortening the distance between the Mariner bullpen and the Mariner closer, Andres Munoz. All three. Munoz has had an outstanding year so far. The Mariners have only lost one game this season when leading after 7.
He's been virtually unhittable.
That is strike 3 called. 14 strikeouts for Kirby.
He ran that one back and got the outside corner. Definitely a strike, an unhittable pitch. Touching that corner.
Only 2 Mariners in the last 25 years have had 15 strikeouts in a game. One was King Felix. The other James Paxton, who had a 16 strikeout game. Kirby has fanned 14 here this afternoon. This were the old days, or even if he was a little bit more stretched out this year, 20 strikeouts is in the realm of possibility today. 0-1 on Taylor. The inside outs, one foul. It's 0-2. George Kirby has been dialed in today.
7 of his strikeouts too looking today, and they were strikes too. Carlos Torres has been pretty solid behind the plate.
Ball 2 strikes now on Chris Taylor. Angels only down by a run. The Mariners have squandered a lot of scoring opportunities. It's kept the Angels in this game. Hunter Strickland very good out of the bullpen as well. Taylor hits it hard and is caught by Crawford on a slide. And George Kirby with 14 strikeouts in 7 innings has held the lead.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive. A showstopper. We're just playing Powerball. This place doesn't know what hit them. These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues. Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
I think the sneaky team to watch is the Giants.
It's going to be fun to watch this staff. That is the best ballpark in the world to pitch in San Francisco.
A lot of experience up top.
I like where this team's headed.
High drive! It is out of here!
Doesn't get any better than this.
Logan Webb might be the most underappreciated quality starting pitcher in all of baseball.
If this Giants team is going to make noise, it's going to be because of their starting rotation.
Yeah. For me, it's really important for us to establish an identity.
You're going to be talking about the Giants in September again.
Fans in attendance will receive that bobblehead. Visit angels.com/promotions today. George Kirby has racked up 14 strikeouts in 7 innings. We see Jose Fermin come to the game. Last pitcher to strike out that many hitters in a game against the Angels was Christian Javier in July of 2022 at 14 strikeouts in 7 innings. Last pitcher to do it here was Garrett Cole, striking out 15 in a game in September of 2021. Strike one from Fermin to Ben Williamson. Fermin had been on the injured list over the last couple of weeks, but he's back now.
Run that fastball upper 90s to go along with a very good slider.
Good slider there, 0-2. Most strikeouts ever in a game against the Angels by one pitcher was Ron Guidry in 1978 at Yankee Stadium. He had 18
Gator
and a 4-hit shutout. Ball 2 strikes. 15 is the record by an opponent in this ballpark. Kirby would have a chance to reach if he pitches the bottom of the 8th, but I don't know that he will. 1 ball 2 strikes on Williamson. Fouls one off. Today's actually the anniversary of Nolan Ryan striking out 19 in a game for the Angels against the Blue Jays. 1977, tying his own franchise record, and at that time the American League record.
$19 punches.
It was the record for quite a while until Clemens struck out 20 in a game in 1986.
Kerry Wood too.
Kerry Wood did it in 1998 at Wrigley Field. 1 ball 2 strikes. Clemens then did it again for a second time. Randy Johnson did it, and Max Scherzer. And I think that's it. We got David Cohn got pretty close.
Yes.
He had 19 or 18 or 19.
I think that was the last start against Philly that one year.
Yeah. 2-2. Tied the National League record at the time. And 20 is the all-time record in a single game. Kirby has 14 in 7 innings. He won't pitch the 9th inning certainly, but I don't even know if he'll pitch the 8th. We'll see. Chop to Rengifo, easy hop on this Sunday afternoon for the first half. The Ryan Express was in the station here at the Big A June 8th, 1977. A 19 strikeout game.
And his balance he had, he used his lower half of his body so effectively.
He's actually drafted on this date as well. It was the first ever draft. And it was held 60 years ago today, 1965. When Nolan Ryan was drafted, I think like the 12th round. They didn't have all the draft experts then.
No, it was funny because when I'm in a little text thread with a bunch of guys from the draft in '81 with Ron Darling in there, Mark Grant, Paul O'Neill. This is a lot of guys getting in on this little conversation with the draft. Was always right around this time. Now it's what, it's right at the All-Star break.
Yeah, it's at the All-Star break now. That Sunday before. That's when the Angels will have the #2 pick this year. They'll be coming up in a little more than a month.
David Cohn was in that one also.
Ball 3 to Cole Young. Well, I wonder if Rick Monday is texting his 1965 draft compatriots today, because this is the 60th anniversary of the draft. And Rick Monday was the first ever pick. Tom Seaver was drafted that year as well. Johnny Bench was in that first draft. And he was a 2nd round pick. So, like I said,
good draft.
Yeah, they didn't have the draft experts back then. Swing and a foul tip, 3-2. Craig Nettles was drafted in that first draft by Minnesota. Ray Fosse in the first round that year.
Not quite the same signing bonuses as they get now.
I would say not.
Slightly different.
Amos Otis, drafted by the Red Sox as a shortstop.
He was an incredible center fielder throughout his career.
The Angels drafted an outfielder, although they turned him into a pitcher. named Clyde Wright on this day in 1965. There's a base hit for Cole Young. An out single here in the 8th inning. 10th hit for the Mariners.
Well, he would text us back, but he still has a flip phone, so we'll have to wait a while for the call.
Yeah, he's going to use his rotary phone, I think.
Yes. I still have the flip phone he gave me as a present.
Drafted out of Carson Newman. He pitched in the NAIA Baseball World Series that year, Clyde Wright.
Pitching coach for Kyle Hendricks.
Yeah, Kyle Hendricks. It took 23 years to catch Clyde Wright to get his 100 wins from that first pitching lesson when Hendricks was 12 years old. Lined up the middle, caught by Neto, got in a good throwing position. He was unable to get Young at first base. 2 outs.
Position perfectly Neto was on that one.
Julio Rodriguez will be the batter here.
.97-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike for me. Looking healthy.
The ball's 2 strikes for me. He certainly has a good arm. We've told you his story before about being a very late signee out of the Dominican Republic.
Well, that was running up there at 99 miles an hour.
The ball's 2 strikes on Rodriguez here. It's 2 outs in the 8th and Young at first. Now, pitch timer violation is going to be called against Fermin, not for running out of time, but for not
making eye contact with Rodriguez.
Yeah, twice in this at bat. You get 1 warning, and then the second time it's an automatic ball. Swing and a miss. Fermin struck him out anyway.
Man, these seats.
Right? I wonder how the other guys are doing.
I spent hours finding a deal on these.
Trash.
You should have used Game Time. The easiest way to find only the best deals for the best seats with their Game Time picks.
What time is it?
Game Time.
If you know luxury, it's not just award-winning, it's rewarding. Sadva Mattresses supports all types of sleepers. Luxury is handcrafted and assembled in American factories and brought directly to you with our complimentary in-home delivery and setup service. Which is why over 90% of customers would recommend Sadva to friends and family. Sadva, luxury mattresses made affordable.
Should've used TickPick.
Wait, what'd you say?
TickPick. Look.
Oh, whoa, dude.
What? There are no hidden fees. What'd you guys think I said?
Oh, TickPick. I thought you said.
Pretty good arm replaces him. Matt Brash, healthy from Tommy John surgery. Well, he's made 11 appearances so far this year, and he's yet to give up a run.
Yeah, I mean, he's got excellent stuff, but at this point, the way Kirby was throwing, you'll take anybody different. In fact, their Hyundai key for the game today: cover me in sunshine. Just cover one of these pitches in that sunshine to get some carry here today. Tie it up. Right guy at the plate who can do that. Rush can get up to 98 miles an hour on his fastball. There's a cutter, curveball, slider change.
Logan O'Hoppe takes ball one. It's been a little bit of wildness for Brash since coming back. He's walked 4 batters and he's hit a couple. Can't help him out. 1 ball, 1 strike. As O'Hoppe chased out of the zone there.
Had a tough time laying off those sliders off the plate.
That one all the way to the backstop.
Just slightly off the plate there.
2 balls, 1 strike on O'Hoppe. Matt Brash had over 100 strikeouts out of the bullpen a couple of years ago.
Good take on that slider.
3 balls and a strike. Brash led the American League with 78 relief appearances in 2023, and then he had Tommy John the next year. 107 strikeouts, though, 3rd most in Mariner history by a reliever. 3-1 and a grounder to short. Easy for Crawford. 1 out. Angels have not had a base runner since Taylor Ward's homer in the 4th. Luis Rengifo will try to get on here with 1 out after we hear from Jack in the Box.
We killed it with your new Munchie Meal, T-Pain.
Pretty much, Jack.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
1 out. Here's Rengifo. There's Jorge Soler with the helmet on. Looks like he's ready for a potential at bat should Scott Kingry's spot in the order come up.
Still waiting for that connection of the barrel of the bat for Rengifo to do some damage. It's been a while where he's really connected. He's so strong too.
Just has not shown any power this year at all. PS is drowned to 500. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 home run. He has 7 doubles. 200 at bats almost. Ball, 2 strikes. Joe Adell on deck. Well, 1 swing can tie this game. Adell's capable, so is Soler for that matter, if he does get a chance, whether it be in the 8th or the 9th. Swing and a miss. Rengifo really expanded his zone there. 15 strikeouts by the Mariners today. 2 outs. Last night, couple of big swings from Joe Adell.
1 on a fastball. Right there against Castillo. Doesn't give up many home runs, but gave up 2 to Joe Adell. The big thing is that was a breaker ball. He's going to see breaker balls here. Quite a few of them against Brash.
Joe Adell had 2 home runs last night of at least 430 feet. Angels have done that a couple of times this year. O'Hoppe did it in Sacramento. Martin Maldonado on that list. Soler left yesterday's game after just 1 inning with a groin injury, ready to swing the bat today. It's a 1-run game. Adell trying to lay off. He did. Ball 2.
Between Brash and really, when you look at Munoz, who good chances coming in the 9th inning, they both throw a lot of sliders for throwing as hard as they do.
Adell lost the bat as he fouled that one off. 2-2. The Mariners have not gotten many clutch hits today. So many opportunities to score. They've left 11 men on base. So they're just going to try to pitch their way to a win. George Kirby was incredible today.
At this point, the Halos have left no one on base. They've only had 2 base runners.
Yeah, that single and a home run. That's it.
And you're still in the game. Bullpen solid again today for the Halos.
Angels bullpen in this series has allowed 1 run in 11 innings. So they've been very good. This team is in the game. Look at Kenley Jansen. In case a safe situation pops up. Swing and a miss by Adele. It's another strikeout and another 1-2-3 inning.
I'll give you this brand new
electric vehicle
if you can prove to me you know your finances. How many subscriptions are you paying for?
Just 3.
You sure? Let's download the Rocket Money app right now and see if you're right. It's actually 21 subscriptions, which is costing you around $370 a month.
The app is telling you all this?
Rocket Money shows you all your expenses in one place and even helps you suggest a budget based on your past spending. Don't worry about the 21 subscriptions. You can cancel them right within the app. It'll even try and get you some of your money back.
Why pay too much for cable TV when it costs less for Fubo? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
For this season of Angels baseball. For more info on upcoming games, including exciting matchups, giveaways, and more, visit angels.com/tickets. It'll be the A's in town starting tomorrow night. Night games tomorrow and Tuesday, day game Wednesday before the Angels head back to the East Coast. In Baltimore for 3 and then New York for 4. It'll be Yusei Kikuchi pitching tomorrow night. A's would have Jeffrey Springs lined up for tomorrow. Behind an opener in his last outing, he pitched 6 2/3 innings.
He could bring it up there too.
Swing and a miss by Rosarena. Good chance we would see Springs tomorrow. Mitch Spence maybe on Tuesday. A's have not officially announced starters yet. J.P. Sears would be lined up for Wednesday. Rosarena gets all twisted up by Jose Fermin. Another strikeout for Fermin.
It's been easy to get the Rosarena out, but tied him up there on that one. 96-mile-an-hour sinking, running in.
So 1 out here is Garver. Bottom of the 9th, Angels will have Kingery due to lead off, but we might see Soler there. And Neto and Shonwell, and then Trout. So we'll see if the Angels can figure it out against Andres Munoz.
He was pitching with 9 punch-outs today, too.
2 of them for Fermin. Tyler Anderson struck out 6.
He's just a couple strikeouts away from 1,000 now in his career.
See if that happens in his next start, which will be in Baltimore next weekend. No balls, 2 strikes. Fastball from Fermin, 99 miles an hour. He's retired 4 of the 5 hitters that he's faced. Hunter Strickland 2 1/3 scoreless innings today. It's a rough one for Tyler Anderson, though. A lot of base hits, a lot of base runners. Check swing. That looked like a strike, and it is strike 3.
So it's 10 strikeouts now for the Halos.
3 in a row for Fermin.
Fermin's threw the ball exceptionally well here today.
I'm surprised to see Ron Washington go and make this change here. I know lefty is up, but it's Miles Mastrobuoni, not exactly Willie McCovey coming up, but here comes the lefty anyway. Brock Burke's going to be against Mastrobuoni with 2 out in the 9th.
There's certain players in every lineup that make the lineup go. Speed, power, he is a difference maker.
Ketel Marte! He's done it one more time!
The best second baseman in the game, that's Ketel Marte.
There goes Corbin. Just incredible speed.
He wants to bury people. He just doesn't want to beat you. He wants to drive you into the ground.
They're tearing the cover off the ball.
We play to win. We've played that way all year. I guess this is just another example of that. We know what's in that locker room. We know the heart we have.
Never clean your gutters again with LeafGuard. LeafGuard's seamless design keeps leaves, pests, and sediment out while directing water away from your home, preventing wood rot and foundation decay, giving you peace of mind that your home and family are protected from water damage with the industry's premier maintenance-free gutter system. Call 844-6LeafGuard right now for 75% off installation plus $200 off your purchase. LeafGuard, get it today. Protected for life.
Angels Live postgame presented by OC Navigator. I think I'll be right there by the time the postgame shows up.
That's fantastic.
It's Monarch Beach.
And we know that one well.
That's right. That's where Patio and GA can find me after the postgame show is completed.
I think they'll come down and try to find you.
I hope so. Miles Mastroboni.
That tank top they're going to be giving away. That'd be perfect.
I'm going to bring that to the beach. I won't get it wet because I only go up to my ankles in the water anyway. So 1 ball, 1 strike. It'll stay dry.
No surfer for you?
No. 1 ball, 1 strike on Miles Mastroboni. I like to watch the surfers though. Swing and a miss there. And Brock Burke facing the lefty. Mariners can't really make a move. They're going to save Cal Raleigh for if they really need him today. Raleigh has not had a full day off all year. They have Leody Taveras, a switch hitter, on the bench too.
Rockbrook's been kind of a good luck charm coming out of the bullpen. He's picked up 4 W's out of the bullpen here.
Yeah, he leads the team in wins. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So that was easy for Burke. He and Fermin strike out the side in the top of the 9th. We'll see if the Angels can get a run or 2 in the home half.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
There's certain players in every lineup that make the lineup go. Speed, power, he is a difference maker.
Ketel Marte! He's done it one more time!
The best second baseman in the game, that's Ketel Marte.
There goes Corbin. Just incredible speed.
He wants to bury people. He just doesn't want to beat you. He wants to drive you into the ground.
They're tearing the cover off the ball.
We play to win. We've played that way all year. I guess this is just another example of that. We know what's in that locker room. We know the heart we have.
Flash you back to Jorge Soler with a walk-off hit against Jeff Hoffman of the Blue Jays. Our Arco top-tier play.
Cleared the bases with that double. He just like to circle the bases here to tie it up.
Jorge Soler will come off the bench. Good sign that at least he'll stay off the IL for now. Soler has been battling that groin problem. He's also just one home run away from 200 in his career.
Munoz fastball with some movement to it. He's 96 to 101, but it is a devastating slider.
Angels did beat Munoz here at the Big A last year. Remember, gave up a walk-off home run. Mickey Moniak. All one to Jorge Soler. It'll be Soler, then Neto, and Shonwell. If anybody can get on, it'll be Trout. 3-2 in the bottom of the ninth. There's a strike, a sizzler from Munoz at 97.
So you figure if Soler can get on base, he'll immediately have a pinch runner for him. He's got to get on base or around the bases.
Munoz does have 4 blown saves this year. Some of those have come because they'll sometimes stick him in the game where the tying run's already at second or third, and the inherited run will score. That's attributed to some of his blown saves, but not all of them. Gave up 3 runs against the Twins 2 outings ago.
It's a pretty violent delivery too. For him to throw as many strikes as he normally does is not an easy thing to do, but he does pound the strike zone with excellent stuff.
In fact, he's had blown saves in back-to-back outings. So see how it goes here. It's 3-1 on Soler, and he takes ball 4. It's a leadoff walk.
I imagine Newman would probably pinch run.
First walk issued by a Mariners pitcher today as Soler makes his way to first, and he'll be followed out there by Matthew Lugo. There's the tying run. I don't think you'd see Neto bunt here, would you?
No. Although if you do that successfully, you have Shonwell coming up, and then Trout will get in at bat also with the runner in scoring position. He also has a wild pitch in this game too, as hard as he throws that slider. He's got 2 of them this season already.
Munoz with a leadoff walk brings Zach Neto to the plate as the winning run. There's that violent delivery. He almost threw that one to the backstop.
That was an amazing scoop there by Garver on that one. That was a hard slider well off the plate. He scooped it rather easily, like a first baseman.
And Garver and Crawford will go to the mound to try to settle Munoz here. Pitching in his 27th game, he has 17 saves. And the American League leader in that category is Carlos Estevez. He has 19 after picking up another today. Former Angel has had a good year for the Royals. Munoz has allowed 1 home run. Angels have stayed in this game. The Mariners squandered so many scoring chances throughout the first 5 innings. And the bullpen again shut it down. The Angels bullpen has been excellent in this series. Just 1 run allowed in 12 innings. It's a strike. 99 on the heater from Munoz. Angels have had a couple of walk-off wins. Had one on a Sunday afternoon here in April. Tying run, Lugo at first. And Neto out in front of that slider, 1-2. Halos trying to sweep their division rival. They swept them in Seattle last year. And have not swept them in their home ballpark in 6 years.
He was allowed in his career 25 stolen bases. Only 4 have been caught. All 4 successful stolen base attempts against him this year. So the base stealers can steal against him.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Neto. That's a chopper foul off the foot. Just make some contact here. The Angels have struck out 16 times today. 14 for Kirby, 2 for Brash in the 8th.
He does have a lot of room to that right side of the infield. If he could just punch that ball, especially with a slider away, just shorten up and ground that through the hole.
And he strikes out. 17 strikeouts today, the most in a game for the Angels this year. 0-1 to Shonowell. Turns that slider over. 1 ball, 1 strike with Trout on deck. Barring a double play, Trout would get a chance against Munoz. Tying run at first in the bottom of the 9th. And Shonowell hits it hard to right, coming in, making the catch, Mastroboni. Ball was hit pretty sharply, but right at the right fielder. 2 down.
It's a good swing by Shonowell on that one too. That slider was upstairs, exactly where you want it. It was 103.1 off the bat.
And now the 3-time MVP, the future Hall of Famer, Mike Trout, draws another mound visit. Trout has hit 3 walk-off home runs in his career, but he has not hit one in close to 10 years. Hit one off Koji Uehara in 2015. He had 2 in 2014.
Well, he'd love to have that slider right there that he threw to Shonowell. He'd be able to do some damage to it.
Leadoff walk, then a strikeout and a line out. And here is Trout. Ball 1 just above the zone at 100 miles an hour.
That was a pretty good pitch, really.
Taylor Ward on deck as well. He's homered today. He leads the team in homers. Trout's hit 10. He's hit more than anyone against the Mariners, and he had a vicious cut there. He was trying for it.
Yeah, that was back-to-back 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Was almost the exact same spot. Now he's providing the power, and with those hands that Trout has, quick on it. Be able to turn that the other way around. That's going to go a long way.
54 lifetime home runs against Seattle. No one's hit more. It's Mike Trout with a chance to win it for the Angels. Taking strike 2. .101. Munoz is fired up. Facing Trout with the game on the line. A slider got a half swing, but not enough of a swing. 2-2.
He's able to hold up. He's that strong on that, especially when you're dealing with a guy throwing 101. It's tough to lay off that slider. It's his pitch, slider.
And he strikes him out with the slider to win the game. Mariners hold off a sweep. The Angels strike out 18 times today, and the last one of Trout ends the ball game 3-2.
Well, you had a chance because the bullpen did their job, but it was all pitching today for Seattle, and Munoz, you were trying to avoid him at all costs. Unable to do that there in the end. Kirby was really the story of the game for Seattle today.
He's the Toyota Player of the Game thanks to 14 strikeouts, one of the best pitching performances against the Angels here ever at Angel Stadium.
He had everything working, and for a guy that was still battling his way back from shoulder discomfort, he had everything going today, and he was dominant.
Kirby gets the win, and the Angels end up with a series victory as they take 2 out of 3. They'll welcome the A's tomorrow as we wrap things up in a moment.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by Nissan. Every night, all season long on MLB.tv.
arguably one of the best pitchers, if not the best pitcher in the game.
At 100 miles an hour, Sandy ties a career high 14 strikeouts.
This guy is a difference maker for the Marlins.
He's a staff ace. He wants to take the ball, man. He has been great.
Sandy Alcantara has thrown a complete game shutout.
It's like if I faced you, you got no respect for me. No. Exactly.
Force at the front of the rotations.
The guy that wanted to finish what he starts.
Shutout for Sandy Alcantara.
Your mind.
Angels drop the finale against the Mariners. They still win the series, though, 2 out of 3, and they'll start anew tomorrow against the Sacramento A's. It'll be the first of a 3-game series tomorrow night. Angels Live pregame will start at 6 o'clock. Coming up next, Angels Live postgame with Patrick O'Neill and Garrett Anderson. For Gooby and Patio, I'm Wayne Randazzo saying goodnight from Angel Stadium.
A star is born, talking about Jackson Churio.
Churio flips the scoreboard with a 4-pointer. It's coming into his own right before our eyes.
That truly believe in the presence and the person that Jackson Churio is.
You have to love the versatility he brings. He can play left field, he can play right field.
Youngest player in MLB history to record 20-plus homers, 20-plus stolen bases.
This is the first Brewer that had 2 home runs in a postseason game.
Jackson Churio!
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan, and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns every game night. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show, live at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
George Mason University Fall with Josh O'Duro for the FDA's Don't Get Burned Sunscreen Challenge.
Bring it on.
I'm not getting burned today. I'm using a broad spectrum sunscreen.
The FDA recommends broad spectrum sunscreens with an SPF of 15 or higher with other sun protection measures to reduce the risk of sunburn and skin cancer.
You smoked me, dude.
That's because I use sunscreen, so I wouldn't get burned by you and the sun.
Broad spectrum sunscreen. It's a winning play every time.
Whole lot of strikeouts
this Sunday afternoon for the Angels. They still win the series against the Mariners as we welcome you to our Angels Live postgame presented by OC Navigator as the M's avoid the sweep, a 3-2 victory over your Angels. With Angels Hall of Famer Garrett Anderson, I'm Patrick O'Neill. Your thoughts on this game and why 18 Ks? Obviously, I know George Kirby was great. A lot of strikes taken also.
Yeah, he was. He was great today. He had all his pitches going, hit every corner of the plate, all 4 quadrants, excuse me, and just kept them off speed all day, off balance. They couldn't get anything. You know, he just made one mistake out over the plate to Ward. But other than that, he was masterful. I mean, they just couldn't touch him.
A chance, though, with Trout at the plate against Munoz. What do you think of that matchup?
You know, it's always tough facing closers, but because you got to rely on them making mistakes, and he didn't make any mistakes that inning at all.
Throwing 101 with that nasty slider. All right, let's go back, though, to Kirby on the bump for the M's. This guy could have gone further in this game. Luckily, you get to the bullpen, but still brash at Munoz. Your thoughts on the approaches that the Halos took against him?
I think it's one of the approach. If you're striking out a lot, that means you really don't have a plan of what you're doing. I mean, there's some times, and this guy's in the zone. It's not like he's, you know, effectively wild or whatnot and chasing. He was in the zone all day long. I just think at some point you have to concede and just say, hey, maybe shorten the swing up a little bit and try to put the ball in play. But you can't continue to take huge swings against a guy that has the control that he has. I mean, it's just incredible to be able to throw all 3 pitches over the plate. He pitched in effectively, you know, inside, and then makes the plate bigger on the outside. So you have to really tip your hat to him, man. And, you know, I've looked at his numbers. He's been good since he's been up here. And we got a chance to see what he's really about today.
This is a long package of strikes and strikeouts because he had 14 Ks, which is a career high. The Mariners at 18 on the day. This is, you know, it's reminiscent of what we have seen from the Angels a couple of weeks ago. Today it was just really good pitching. I go back to what I said at the start of the show. They won the series, and you got the A's coming in. You want to win them all, but sometimes it's just impossible.
Yeah, today was one of those days that they just weren't going to win. They put themselves in a position to win and take a lead in the 9th, but it just didn't work out today at all.
That would have been absolute thievery if they were able to win this game. As far as how the Angels did get their runs, Trout, who had struggled in the previous couple of games in the first 2 at-bats, ripped one to right field, which was good to see.
Yeah, I mean, he did come back and, you know, dropped a few hits early when he came off the list, but, you know, it's going to take some time. You know, you got to be patient because he had been out for a while, but there's the mistake right there. You know, out over the plate in the big leagues, guys will lose that pitch, and, you know, he got a hold of that one today.
When you look at Taylor Ward, you look at the numbers, the home run numbers, the RBI numbers, and I know Wayne and Gooby talked about during the game about maybe the batting average is down, but when it comes to a guy that could be an all-star for this team, those are sexy numbers.
Those are they're big numbers, and the value of the batting average really isn't that valued as much anymore. So I don't know if they really are looking at that, as opposed to he has flat-out production. He's got the home runs and he's got the RBIs, and he's been coming up clutch for the Angels.
Yeah, he's had a great first half. We're not even to that point, right? 63, 64 games here for the Halos, and Taylor Ward leads the team with 18 home runs and with those RBIs as well. He's having a great season. We'll see if he can make the all-star team. We'll take a break, come back, continue to break this one down. The Angels bullpen doing the job once again, and that's good to see. Stay there.
The MLB Network podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network podcast, presented by New Balance. Available wherever you get your podcasts.
Did he do it? Oh, my goodness. What a play.
An absolute beast unleashed.
You are unbelievable.
Racking them up, all I do is win. Spot that hashtag like a boss. Yeah, that's how I roll. Keep on nailing and never miss it back. Enjoy the show.
Relive the biggest plays from every game with Abby LeVar on Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings on MLB Network.
And we welcome you back to our Angels Live postgame presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. On a beautiful Sunday afternoon at the ballpark and all throughout Southern California. The Mariners, however, beat the Angels 3-2. Get ready for Golic and Golic featuring Mike Golic Sr. and Mike Golic Jr. coming to FanDuel Sports Network, and it starts mañana. To bring in the heat, bold takes, big personalities, and some of the biggest names in sports. Do not miss the action weekdays at 12 p.m. and only on FanDuel Sports Network. Looking forward to that tomorrow. Continuing to break down the ball game here with Garrett Anderson. I'm Patrick O'Neill. The bullpen, 4 1/3 scoreless. This has been the real bright spot of this Angels team, in particular the last month.
Yeah, they've been pretty much locked down, and everybody's fallen into the roles that they've been in, and it looks like from the outside looking in that they're getting comfortable in these situations. So they've been playing some tight games, and they're in there in these tight games, and so there's a lot of growth to be made during that. Either it's going to make you or break you, and they've been making it and getting the job done. So yeah, this has been one of the huge spots for the Angels to be able to keep the game and give yourself a chance every day to win the game.
Strickland, Fermin was just outstanding. Also, he got a nice round of applause when he stepped off the mound before Burt came in.
Yeah, well deserved. I mean, he came out, he threw strikes, and was bringing, it's just another option for them down in the bullpen. It's just nice to see, when guys come back and they, contribute right away, and he did.
Well, what type of pitches? Because he definitely could throw the heater, but the secondary stuff, what'd you like from him?
Just keeping it down. That's just the whole point of, pitching. If you're going to keep your off-speed pitch, it doesn't even have to be great off-speed, but if you keep it down below the knees, you're going to get people out.
And then there is more Fermin just tied up Rosarena. So Jose Fermin, who had left for a period of time with a little elbow impingement, comes off the IL. Great to see him have a good outing. And this was just great stuff from Brock Burke.
It was. And he come in and, they know their role. They know what they're there for. And, make quick work of him. I mean, he just came in and threw strikes. And that's the name of the game, is just throwing strikes, pounding the zone.
Like a lot of pitchers that work backwards, I'm working backwards in this segment from the bullpen. Back to Tyler Anderson, 4 2/3, but man, he was in under pressure early in this game, but found a way to get out of it and keep this team in it.
Yeah, and he did a great job because they had 12 at-bats with runners in scoring position, and they didn't execute too well at all in that. It could have been a lot worse. He could have been out of the game a lot earlier, but it's just a tribute to him being a good pitcher and a veteran pitcher that doesn't let those things get to him, and he gave the Angels exactly what they needed to keep in the game.
Yeah, gets a nice call looking right there. Yeah, 3 for 14 that he stranded 11 runners in scoring position. So this is good for a veteran like Tyler Anderson. This is the one that got him. But that's a great play off the wall from Chris Taylor.
That was a great play off the wall, and it was even better keeping him at first because he was pimping that. But yeah, it was a great play off the wall. It is tough in that corner to get deflections off walls.
Rosarena didn't get the double, got the single, but got the stolen base. And there's a little bloop that also hurts TA, that one, and then here's another one. This was struck well, and that would be eventually that would be the game winner.
Yeah, I kind of had the feeling that they were eventually going to break through and get him, especially after all the trouble he got out of. And it would have been great if he could have, not let that happen. But it's just part of the game, and he still gave the team a chance to win.
I was certainly hoping for a sweep today, and then a chance to have the Athletics come into town and perhaps finish this homestand over 500. It's not going to happen, but it doesn't mean they will not get there. Athletics have really struggled. Taylor Ward perhaps could do some damage, we expect, against them when they come into town. Looking ahead next.
The 611 Podcast meets MLB Network. Join longtime teammates and former MVPs Jimmy Rollins and Ryan Howard, plus other former players for unfiltered conversations about baseball, culture, and life. Only on MLB Network.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Cubs are going to win today.
This is their chance to have another run. This is their time.
This is the Cubs division to lose this year.
They need to be singing the song quite a bit this year.
That's hammered. Kyle Tucker, welcome to the Cubs. Dansby swats it.
He's one of the most talented ball players.
Pete Crow Armstrong, what a stud.
Showed it Imanaga. It's about falling in love with him.
Seiya Suzuki for the grand slam.
And this is when you put the pedal to the metal.
I think we got a really good team.
Welcome back, everybody. Angels Live Postgame is presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. Oh, well, still opportunity for us, G, to get out and get a little sunshine on a beauty of a day on this Sunday afternoon in June. 3-2, Mariners over the Angels. Yusei Kikuchi is tomorrow's starter versus the A's. He's pitched well, but the walks are up, so he's got to clean that up. How's he doing?
Yeah, he does. He just attacked his zone. I think sometimes he can be a little effectively wild, maybe trying to be too fine and not trust his stuff. That's generally when pitchers get in trouble, when they're trying to be too fine, and you find yourself behind in counts, and that's how you get hit, and that's how the runs pile up. So just go out and trust your stuff. I mean, it's not, it's just baseball. It's not, brain surgery or anything. So just trust your stuff and go at hitters, because, hitting's not, nobody's getting a hit every time up. So just go out and go after them.
Round ball, round bat, not easy. So let's have some confidence that hopefully Kikuchi will deal tomorrow night. Of course, we have the game for you here on FanDuel Sports Network. The manager of the Angels just sat down. That is Ron Washington.
Most of it. He's one of the top young elite pitchers in the game. What I noticed out there tonight is that he can put you away. And that's what you want to see out of your starting pitchers when they get ahead of hitters, being able to put them away. He was able to put us away, but we stayed in the ball game with him.
What do you think of Anderson?
I thought he fought well. I thought they battled him from pitch one. So, and by the time he got to 2 outs in the 5th inning, he was more or less out of pitches. But no, he bent, he didn't break. And we still had an opportunity to win that ball game.
What have you thought of Hunter Strickland so far this year?
He's been God sent for us. Whatever role we try to use him in, he's been superior in it. We tried to stretch him out today because we was weak in the bullpen, and he handled it extremely well, just like the pro that he is.
So Soler was able to pinch hit. Do you have any idea about tomorrow?
No, we got to do some tests and see where it is. So at least we got his bat up there, and he gave us a chance. He gave us a chance.
Is there any roster moves that was made after the game?
No, none yet.
Last question there about Soler, who did, bat, drew a walk. That was good, but he's dealing with some groin tightness. Eventually, Moncada will get out in the field, get ready. You need these bats. These guys are important in the middle of this season. You got the A's for 3, off day, and then 7 versus the AL East before more division games. What do you think of the schedule, this moment right here, with every game so important?
Well, every game is important. Gooby says that every day is the biggest game of the year. But, yeah, they've been playing well. The thing that I like is that they're running their pitching out there every day, and they're getting a chance to win every day. You can't win every game, but it's sure nice to see that they're in every game, either with the starting pitching or the guys coming in relief and holding it down. So it's been exciting to watch.
Crazy to think that the Angels are the only team to use all 5 of their starters.
I saw that.
That's very, very impressive, and I agree with you that they are playing exciting baseball in games, and can't wait to see what's in store tomorrow.
Looking forward to it.
Well, G, great working with you as usual. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
You as well.
What's up? What are you going to be getting into?
Hanging out, watching basketball.
That sounds like a great afternoon. I might have to take you up on that. Room for one more? No, probably not. No. Okay, no, that's a no. Thank you, Garrett. We'll see you tomorrow. Appreciate our crew. We'll see you later. Have a great day.